Because the NFL never takes a nap.
Free agency, pro days, hirings and firings, the draft, training camp, and more.
We will keep you in the know with all the news, insights, and analysis.
Football is always in season here.
Your exclusive home to the NFL at Super Bowl 56.
1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And after hearing about all the success these other guys have had here at the radio station with Valley Medical Weight Loss, I finally joined in. And man, am I glad I did. I'm already seeing results. What's great about Valley Medical Weight Loss is how easy they make it to lose weight at any one of their 3 Valley locations. And they help you customize a plan that works for your lifestyle and, more importantly, your wallet. Get with them today and see what program works best for you. Mention Fanatic. You'll get your first week free. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday. You're on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil there pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios, and I like that everybody decided to Kermit the Frog their wave on our YouTube feed. Everybody, Phil. You just did it, so we're doing it now. We're Kermit the Frogging our wave. Hi, ho, Kermit the Frog here. Okay, now we're done. Stop. Now just stop. Yeah, just leave it to Phil to make it weird.
I'd just like to say to you, Jeff, happy Father's Day Friday before Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day Friday before Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you. And to all the super texters that are out there listening, if you're a dad, happy Father's Day Friday before Father's Day to you.
Thank you, Randy. If you are a son and not a dad, don't be such a cheap bastard. Get your dad something nice, okay? Because people generally spend 15% less on Father's Day than they do Mother's Day.
Yeah, good whiskey, maybe some lingerie for mom so dad can be happy.
Well, that's a good idea.
All sorts of different things you can do to make it a happy Father's Day weekend.
Well, actually, they did do a poll on what dads wanted for the Father's Day, and here's some of the things. You're right on the money. Food, beer, wine, or liquor.
Yeah.
Then maybe give him some time to himself. Leave him alone. Let him watch his sports. Let him watch his whatever. Just give him some space. Some people want a gift certificate for something fun. Some dads would like something related to one of their hobbies. Like well, Randy likes to grill. Maybe something for the grill.
Well,
I like working on cars. Maybe something for a car. For Phil, well, he's not dad, so it doesn't matter. Then there's electronics. Then of course, any gadget is a good thing. Dads love gadgets, because men love gadgets. Something homemade, your kids make for you. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that because they took the time to think about you, to make something for you. And Randy's holding up a I love dad mug right there. Which one of your kids made that for you again?
I have, I don't know. Here, let me see if there's a name on here.
You don't remember?
Well,
you do have a whole mess of kids.
There's the letter F on the bottom, but I don't have any kids that start with the letter F.
So well, that was probably their grade when they made that for you.
Can only imagine.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
As long as it's not followed by a U, you're okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't see any U's, just F.
Yeah, a lot of men say clothing. I don't want clothing for Father's Day.
No.
Who says that?
I don't know, but it was number 3 on the list. They asked people.
Well,
now,
I will tell you, Jeffco, not to brag, but I did get some Father's Day gifts earlier today, given them to me by my wife. What I got was let's see, 40 different types of cigars for my humidor.
Wow, who got your wife gave you that, or your kids?
Yeah, she also gave me. Now Miss Kiv is a very thoughtful gift giver.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows that I like to have a beer in the shower on occasion. And she went out.
I don't get that.
And saw this gift specifically for having a beer in the shower. And who doesn't like to take a shower with some tunes in their bathroom while you're taking a shower? Me, I like to do that.
Really?
It's a Bluetooth speaker in the shower, but it doubles as a beer holder.
Huh.
No.
2 in 1.
Ladies and gentlemen,
well done.
I have probably won Father's Day just with that right there.
Now that's a cool gadget. Like I said, dads like gadgets, and that serves a couple of your hobby. It serves an actual practical purpose.
Yeah.
I just don't get the whole beer in the shower thing.
Oh,
That's the thing I don't get. In fact,
Yeah.
Jeff Bloom over there in the dude who called the cops because some ducks landed in his pool.
Ducks in his pool. Yeah.
The guy who has not much of it. Well, he has no man card. I'm pretty sure I've revoked it.
I'm pretty sure you have. Yeah.
He talks about liking a nice beer in the shower, and I actually had to consider it because it was coming from him. Is that a man card violation? And I determined it's not. It's just weird. I don't know why you'd want to be in the shower. It's like I go in there just to get. I'm all about the business. I get in there, I get my parts cleaned, and then I get the hell out. I'm not in there long enough to sit there and drink a beer and just think about where my life went wrong, because that's what I think I'm doing if I'm in there drinking a beer.
No, see, look, you come in now like me. I like to go into the shower after I've spent some time out in the lawns doing the landscaping, the bush trimming out there and the lawn cutting and the edging, fixing the rocks, killing the weeds. Then you come in, you're all sweaty and you're hot, and you get in that nice shower in there. Oh, and there's just nothing like it. Put on some classic rock. You get yourself an icy cold beer and you're in the shower there, just letting that water work on your back and your neck where you're aching. Oh, nothing like it, Jeffco. Nothing like it. Oh,
well, there's one thing
would occur to me.
There's
Never
one thing
would
like
occur
it.
to me.
Eating a sub while on
No,
the toilet.
No,
stop it. Nobody believes
Pure
you.
and utter nirvana.
You are a fraud, Phil. Nobody believes you sit on your toilet. Nobody and eats food. Nobody. You say it just to aggravate the hell out of us. We know that's what you're doing, you troll. You're a verbal troll. I'm calling you out, kid. A hand on a stack of Bible. Ever eaten food sitting on a toilet?
Yeah.
Last night we had pot roast. I had pot roast on
Oh,
the
to
toilet.
hell with you.
Oh,
I'm not even talking to you anymore.
I can't believe you would eat roast on a toilet. That's not good. No.
So another thing dads like, a card, just a nice card. Something. Here's the thing. I love it when kids make cards, not when they buy it and they just put a little chicken scratch signature on it. It's like,
right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean much when it's not from the heart, right? And then the number one answer, which is probably a bunch of men lying, doing something special with the family, like going on a hike or going to a pool. Okay.
Taking your AR out shooting. Yeah.
So only 3% of dads say they'd love to get flowers. And you know what I get from that? 3% of dads say they want flowers, but we say about 10% of men are homosexuals. When that tells you even gay men don't want flowers for Father's Day.
Yeah.
So don't make that mistake unless your dad has said, "Oh, I'd like some flowers." And then you know, by all means, get them some flowers. But even then, it doesn't matter if you're gay or you're straight. You don't want flowers. So yeah, everything else I said on that list, I think applies.
All right. I can agree with that.
Yeah, flowers. The only kind of flower I would want on Father's Day would be Pillsbury.
Here we go.
Hey, he didn't make it dirty, Randy. He didn't make it dirty. He's talking about he wants some cookies or some cake or something, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
Get something fried, something, just.
Oh,
coat something.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Sure.
care. Just incorporate Pillsbury to it, and there we go. I'll take that type of flower.
So if I were to buy you a 10-pound bag of flour and give that to you, if you were a dad on Father, you would
Happy
be
Father's
happy with
Day.
that.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have had worse by then. Yes.
Here you go, old man. Happy
that's what
Father's Day.
We get ripped off on the Father's Day. Now,
Yeah.
my kids, I've got one of my favorite photographs of me and the kids here. All of the kids gathered around. I got a pile of Father's Day presents, and I'm reading a card, and they're all laughing. And it's funny because it was some fart joke or something. But it was just it was a wonderful moment. You know, my kids have done very nice things. But in general, men get screwed over on Father's Day. Moms get these big elaborate things, and men, here's a coffee mug. Oh, good. Okay, I'll just put that with the other ones. Thanks.
Yeah.
The dollar store was open. I'm glad. Okay.
I do like a handy coffee mug from time to time, as you can tell.
Oh no.
You can tell right here. I
That
like a handy
took
coffee
thought.
mug. Yeah.
That took work and thought. But when a kid goes
Yeah.
down to the dollar store and says, "Well, here you go. Here's a coffee mug. That's it. It's over." You know. What
Now
I'm saying?
see, I got a coffee mug last Father's Day from my future son-in-law that says, happy Dad's Day. You're an awesome dad-in-law. Keep that bleep up. I like that one. Yeah.
All right. I got one that had like a cactus on it and says, "Don't be a prick." I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
I like that. I got a shot glass, a big shot glass from my daughter last year, and it had sort of an indent in it where they made the glass and they have like an indent. You know what that is? That's so when you're smoking a cigar, you put your cigar there in a shot glass, you bring up, get a shot, your cigar is safe. You see what I'm saying?
Nice.
Very
Yes,
nicely done, Randy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go. Children and whoever's that's what people want for the.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Father's
this is
Day.
great information.
Ammo is good. You're right, Cabana. Ammo's a
Oh,
great gift. It's,
Oh yeah.
Because we do have one son confirmed on here, Raven Kid. We know that he is
Yes.
probably listening and needs recommendations. So it's
Yeah,
it's very useful.
5.56.
that little know-it-all already has figured it out. You don't need to tell him nothing.
Some 9mm self-defense or some 380. I'm good with all of that. Yeah.
By the way, I want to share something. We're going to start. Don't worry, we're talking sports here in a second.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm thinking about Chris Paul right now. That's the thing, and it was in the description for the show. Yes, we're all on pins and needles, waiting to find out, and I guess we won't know until tomorrow what the prognosis is for Chris Paul's immediate future. Will he be back in time for the next round for the Western Conference Finals to see what happens next? And people are like, well, that's kind of weird that he's vaccinated and he's got the COVID. And, so we're not sure where he's at. I don't know. How is his health? How is he feeling? How's he doing? And we're all worried about, first and foremost, we just want the guy to be okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Second, how fast you can get back and play for the Suns. That's second. So now we're all on pins and needles wondering two things. One, will Chris Paul be back in time? Two, who the hell are we playing next week? Will it be the Mormons of Utah or will it be the Clippers of Los Angeles? And now Phil says we should rather want to play the Clippers and not the Jazz. That's what you said yesterday, right?
That is correct.
And because the Jazz are a fully realized team, the Clippers don't have a deep a backcourt. They don't have as deep a team, and they got guys injured. So that's Phil's idea. I don't care which one we play, except for, and this was a good point by a texter earlier, unnamed texter. somebody who has texted in the show since June 10th, but hasn't come around to come up with their nickname yet, or nobody's told them to. By the way, 7263, thank you for being a new texter here at 1580 The Fanatic. But you got to let me know what your nickname's going to be.
Yeah.
This is the only time in your life you get to pick your own nickname. So let me know what that is, and welcome to the show. He says Jazz need to win tonight and force game 7 so Chris Paul has more time to clear the COVID.
That's true.
Well, that's a double-edged sword
Yeah.
because, yes, giving him more time to clear COVID is viable. But if Phil is right, I mean, the team you want to have win tonight is the team you want to play next week. So if the Clippers win tonight, does the series start Sunday or does it start still next Tuesday?
I believe it's if it wins, if it happens tonight, it would start on Sunday.
Okay, so Sunday if the Clippers win tonight, Tuesday if this goes to a game 7 on Sunday for the Clippers.
Yes.
Got it. What do you think is going to happen?
Guys.
I said got it. I didn't say guys.
It's pretty close.
Guys. Yeah.
I know you thought I was going that way, but I wasn't. Back to my original question. The hell's going to happen tonight? Will the Clippers take care of business, or do you think that the Mormons are going to step up and bring this thing back to a game 7?
Mormons unite. Mormons unite. I think that the Utah
I think
Jazz,
they're always united, so that's not even.
Yeah, are they on a?
It's not like they're not superheroes either. I mean, they got magic underwear, but beyond that, they're not superheroes. Phil,
Excuse me, magic
the
underwear.
Mormons wear the magic undershirts and stuff.
Where do I get some of that?
I don't even have to ask a Mormon. I don't know.
Do I really need some magic underwear? I've got enough magic in my pants to last me a lifetime. All right.
All right.
Now the Clippers are the one team in the playoffs that I do not believe has a true home court advantage. They have won a couple of games here and there, but remember in the first round they lost each and every one of their home games except for the pivotal one, the one that they needed to win it all. So there's that, and they've won sometimes on the road here. They certainly won game 5 on the road. I think that they're a weird team that does better on the road than on their own home court. That's even been somewhat consistent throughout the entirety of the regular season. I think that the Utah Jazz will have a great shot to win here. I think that a lot of the energy was spent for the Clippers to win that game 5. And I think this does indeed go to a game 7 in the Raucous Mormon Arena.
Just two things. My comments on what happens tonight. Number one, Kawhi Leonard not available for the Clips. Number 2, Jamal Murray is hurt for the Jazz. So I don't know how this is going to play out. If Paul George, who has been playing sneaky good basketball lately, can lead this Clippers team, I think they are the grittier of the two teams, and I think they will emerge victorious. If Paul George does not have a big game, the Jazz will win this, and we will move on to a game 7.
Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Long time no see. I've got today off because, thank you, federal government. Juneteenth. It's a federal holiday now, so I'm able to listen to the show. Last I checked on the Diamondbacks, Madison Bumgarner threw a no-hitter, back against Atlanta. How they doing now? Have I missed anything?
George, you don't want to know.
Yeah, they broke some more records.
You don't want to know. Yeah, you don't want to know, George.
We'll talk about that a little more later, Big George. Witchos, happy Father's Day Friday to both of you guys. Thank you, Witcho. Great that. Tank says Jim Jeffries has a great line about how there's nothing better than something his kid makes him because it didn't actually cost him any of his money.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
agree.
That's true.
Hefty Lefty says Miss Kim is a national treasure and must be protected at all costs.
Yes.
What a great gift that was, Randy.
Oh, no kidding. Thank you very much. I outkicked my coverage when I landed her. So thank you very much. Yes, you're true.
Connecticut Texter says nothing beats a nice new pair of socks. Beer and warm is also a gorgeous combo.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what you said about warm beer and a garden hose, I think, and then a strong bow. I think what you were saying is it's sort of like a warm beer and a garden hose on longbow.
I take it my signal is kind of messing up.
It's a little bit in and out.
I got your 6, Jeffco. I'll make up stuff all day. Don't worry.
No. Connecticut Texter said cold beer and a warm shower is a gorgeous combo.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, now I thought you said warm beer and a longbow and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Helabin Mike says, damn, I've got to work 3 hours over today because my millennial relief has a tummy ache. They act like the softest and the littlest stupid discomfort is a major affliction. And by the way, Phil is one gross SOB eating airborne fecal particles in the bathroom there.
Oh
Wow.
no, those stay below me. Those stay in the toilet. What goes on in the toilet
That's not
bowl
even science.
Wow.
That's not
stays
true.
Wow.
in the toilet bowl.
Wow.
Jiggy says, "Hey guys, having a rough day. Could you pour me up an entire bottle of whiskey, please?"
I don't
How
think
about
it was
we just how about we just have 2 shots? There we go. 2 shots.
Yeah, leave him the bottle, Randy. He can pour himself.
All right.
Good Cat says, "Don't be jealous, but I'm heading down to my hometown, Tucson." All right, here I come.
I don't think anybody on this show right now is very jealous at all. And good luck.
And then the Good Cat, and he was never heard from again. Kyle G says, "My kids are too little to get Father's Day gifts for me, so my wife has got me some presents from them instead. Last year was a coffee mug, has a picture of me and the kids on each side. That is my favorite mug." No, that is cool. I'll
Yeah.
I'm
First
talking
couple
about
times.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those plain old coffee mugs that are $1.50, and you're like, "Oh, thank you." He said this year was an hour-long massage. Father's Day is great.
Hey.
Okay, Kyle G, Father's Day is great until your own kids start getting you the presents. Then my kids I got to be honest though, my kids, either whether they've gotten help or they're figuring this out themselves, they've always done a good job.
Nice.
Robert in Surprise says, "Chris Paul's probably wondering why the hell he got the shot if he's going to get COVID anyway." I think it was just a false positive. I think it was a false positive. We would know that by now, right? Don't you think, guys? I mean, we found out about this on Tuesday. Today is Friday.
It seems awfully
know
weird.
by tomorrow.
It seems awfully weird that this entire situation has been so quiet. It's like all we know is he's entered the protocol and the COVID safety protocol for the NBA. That's all we know. We don't know if he tested a positive, if he was around somebody. I've scoured the interwebs. I've looked on the Twitterverse. I've checked on the Facebook. Hell, I was asking people on the street earlier today, have you heard anything about Chris Paul? And nobody has got any knowledge of what the hell's going on.
I had a weird thought. You were talking earlier. I didn't want to bring it up, but let's say Chris Paul comes back. And let's say we're playing against the Clippers. And let's say that here comes Paul George running this way. Here comes Chris Paul running that way. And they collide.
Yeah.
Would that be Chris Paul George? Would they become one? Now, I know you're thinking questions like that. Jeffrey smokes weed. I do not. That just came to me without any sort of medicinal interference. Chris Paul George suddenly would exist entwined.
In case there was any question as if to what day it is today, that is confirmation that it is Friday.
Yeah, usually it's a super fan to do those kind of left turns, but I'm serious. It did occur to me.
Well, if
Robert Surprise says, "I think I pissed off a customer today. They put a hydration chart above their urinal, and when I told him I couldn't pee that high, he had a weird look in his face." Jeff Van Gundy says, "What are your guys' thoughts about the Kemba deal?" That's right. Kemba Walker got traded from the Celtics to OKC in exchange for a couple of bit players and some draft picks. Now, but OKC got the better edge of that deal with the draft picks, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that the Celtics got back a second round pick and some bit players. So I kind of feel like OKC won that trade. So why did they deal Kemba out of just a bad attitude? I mean, has he just not been living up to expectations? Because the coach was promoted the GM. And so the coach from last year is the one who made this deal.
Wow.
And I don't know that he was in a hurry to get rid of this guy. So what is the story there?
Well, I don't know exactly what the background is. I've just been kind of reading on this. Kemba Walker, one of the cornerstones for the Celtics. But I think what happened is, by the way, the coach got promoted. Wasn't he team president? He's not GM, right? He took over for.
I thought he was made GM.
No, he's
Long-range
team
Danny
president.
Ainge. Yeah.
So he's still doing trades like a GM.
Yeah, well, it sounds like he's trying to make this team more savvy for the playoffs, right? He knows this team pretty intimately. He was just coaching them on the floor. He knows their weaknesses and he knows their strong points. So perhaps by moving Kemba Walker and picking up some of these trade positions for Kemba Walker, he knows what he's going to do in the draft. So I don't. Other than that, I don't know why they would trade Kemba Walker.
The thing that makes this so unusual is that when you think of treasure troves and cavalcades of draft picks, you think of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder, but also the Boston Celtics. Usually they're not ones to give away draft picks. They're usually the type of people that at worst they'll give up a second rounder, which is partly what makes this so surprising to me. But beyond that, they're reunited with Al Horford, who they had a wonderful run with back when he signed away with Philadelphia. So that's good. Of course, Brad Stevens was the coach when Al Horford joined them. So there's some familiarity there. But in terms of Kemba Walker, it was a mixture of two very important things on why they gave up on him. One, he was very expensive, but they knew that coming in. They would have been fine with that had he remained. Number two, healthy. Healthy was the big key here. He played in only like a third of the games available. And even though he was fine, he came up so short for them. And just the fact that he wasn't available time in and time out, that it really did sink them. And even when he was out there, he was grinding through things that just seemed to always put him at a lesser level than what they signed up for.
Yeah. And the move saves Boston roughly $9 million in cap space. So it doesn't mean that, this was a bad move for Boston. I mean, they still gives them some flexibility to bring in, or some flexibility to get some free agent help with for this team. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oklahoma City won this trade. Absolutely did. Because here's the thing: Kemba Walker is going to a place where they're used to working on injured project players. He's going to be
Chris
fine.
Paul. Look at Chris Paul last year. This
exactly
reeks of Chris Paul.
Danny Green, Horford. I mean, listen, OKC gets the draft picks, and OKC gets what is a good player when he's healthy. This is all roses for the OKC
when he's healthy.
But you got to wonder, what are they up to there in Celticville? Yeah. I think that dude just didn't like Kemba Walker. All right, screw you. I'm running things now. Bye, Felicia. I think that didn't really seem like a good basketball trade outside of the injury situation, right?
The one thing that this move does offer that is kind of next level is that it allows the Celtics, who were very much so up against the cap, it allows them to re-sign their recently acquired Evan Fournier from the Orlando Magic. He was very good for the Celtics in the playoffs. He was one of the lone highlights of this season that they were able to have. So being able and having the ability to re-sign him was something that obviously they prioritized. And part of the reason why I think they were so fine with giving away Kemba Walker at this point.
We are so late for a break. I'm tempted to just skip it anyway. But I'm not allowed to. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Fidelity Wealth Management. Richard Bland still with the score to beat as the second round continues. He's 5 under par, and Bland's been in the clubhouse for a few hours now. Louis Oosthuizen is also in the clubhouse at 4 under par, 1 back. On the course, Russell Henley. He is at 4 under, Henley with 8 straight pars to begin. At 3 under, 2 shots off the pace, you've got Bubba Watson, John Rahm, Xander Schauffele, and Rafa Cabrera-Bello. Watson with a 4 under 67 today. Now the sun is out at Torrey Pines, but Brooks Koepka enduring a bit of a dark cloud on the front 9. A bogey at 5, another at 6. He missed an 8-foot birdie putt at the 7th, made par there. Then his tee shot at the par 3 8th, caromed off the flagstick and off the green. Koepka is 2 under and 3 back. World number 1, Dustin Johnson, had a couple of late birdies to avoid his 3rd straight missed cut at a major. He's 2 over. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
For the ones standing guard, for the eagle-eyed, for the knights in shining armor, and for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgrainger.com/safety or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce. Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
It's summer in Arizona, and your summer home for sports has you covered. Don't miss a minute of action from the Arizona Rattlers. Listen to all their home games live on the Fanatic. NASCAR is full throttle. Find out how the season begins to unfold when you hear NASCAR racing live. The NFL ramps up for the 2021-22 season. Get all the updates and info on your home for the NFL in the Valley. It's summertime, and the Fanatic is your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Also at 95.9 FM in the East Valley.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports on Sunday. NASCAR back on the air again, I believe 11:30 a.m., but I don't remember the name of the race. Randy, what do we got going on Sunday?
Well, it's the inaugural Ally 400 from Nashville Superspeedway. The Cup cars returning to Nashville. Some of these drivers don't have any experience, so this weekend they've got practice, they've got qualifying. Because it's a new track. Those are the protocols NASCAR has set in place. So it should be some pretty fun racing this weekend from Nashville.
It's a new track, but it's an old refurbished track, right? It's concrete. It's a refurbished old track.
Well, no, it's not even refurbished. There's racing on it all the time. It's just it hasn't had the Cup cars on it. It usually has the Xfinity Series or the outdoor truck series on it. But the Cup cars haven't raced there in forever. So should be a lot of fun. Mile in about 1.33 miles. So it should be a fast race. Should be a lot of action.
So what you're saying is somebody from the DIY network showed up, like the Property Brothers, and they threw some throw pillows around. They staged it, and now it's just like new.
No.
Well, I'm just listening to Phil. 888-368-1580. Jeff Van Gundy says, guys, Jazz win as long as Conley isn't complete garbage tonight. Yes, Conley is supposed to make his return.
That's if he plays.
He also says, guys, I think there's a chance something's up with Kemba's knees. Boston might know something that we don't. Well, every trade is contingent on passing physicals. So if Kemba Walker doesn't pass the physical or disclose that information, that could really bite Boston on the ass. That's a fair concern, but I'm sure they've either worked that out or that is one of the deals of the trade. Average Joe says, whoa, another fellow texter from Connecticut. Are they here in Arizona or are they in Connecticut? Well, I don't know. Let me take a look. Connecticut texter's phone number. Let's see. It's a 203 area code. Let's ask Connecticut texter. I think they're here. Fish Tank says, I feel like Phil is just hell-bent on staying the exact same weight. So while he's losing weight, he immediately replenishes it. Do you have like a target special weight, Phil? I think that's what Fish Tank is alluding to.
That's interesting. I mean, no, I don't. I just kind of try to how I feel. It's so funny. We were talking before the show, me and Randy, and I was telling him that I feel pudgy recently. I'm drinking a smoothie right now, trying to quell my hunger.
It's interesting because earlier Randy and I were talking about how pudgy you look, and we'd be like, "Wow, we're a little concerned about that."
Right?
Yeah.
Like, should I tell them? Should you tell them?
Well, I kept telling Jeffrey.
Pudgy.
Kept telling Jeffrey it's probably just water weight.
It
happens for him.
I think you're just you're retaining water, Phil.
Well, luckily this week will sweat it out of me. It's been unbearable.
Holy God, it's too hot outside.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't do nothing. What's the temperature today? I'm afraid to go outside.
I take from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White, and the current temperature outside right now. It is a brisk 117 degrees.
Holy moly!
Right now, it's sunshine in the forecast, no chance of rain, but I keep giving it, because we're in the monsoon season, about a 15% chance is your average chance of rain every day during the monsoon season, because you never know when that moisture is going to come up from the peninsula, the Gulf there, and it's going to wreak havoc on the desert state of Arizona. So Yeah, 15% chance of rain every day. And it's it's ungodly hot out there. Please stay hydrated and take care of yourself.
And don't hike.
Yeah, just stay off the damn trails. Okay. Yeah. And I'm not talking to people who live here because we're all smart enough to not do that.
Don't
you
do that.
Morons coming here from other places. I mean, if you want to die up there, go on ahead. I mean, we got people to go up there and get your corpse back down. But if you're that stupid, maybe we don't need more of you. All right. You know what? Forget the warnings. We're not warning anybody.
If you come from out of state, we have a very special helicopter sling we like to bring out there. It's called the Whirl-A-String. And what happens is
that was so awesome.
We load you on there, and then the thing just kind of rotates around.
Get your liquid.
Cool you off.
Yeah, get your liquids.
All your blood goes to the top of your head and the bottom of your feet, and you pass out from all the rotations.
Can you imagine you're already sick?
Yeah.
You're already sick. You're up there because you need medical attention, and you're just going
the Whirl-A-Swing. Is what we like to call it. Yeah.
Randy's alluding to is the old lady who went up there in the she hurt herself on a trail, then went up there in the helicopter, and then it starts spinning around uncontrollably. She passed out pretty much immediately, but of course, they're suing. Okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't have got hurt on the trails, you moron. 888-368-1580. Kiss the Cook says, I claim medicinal interference on Jeffrey for that lame. It wasn't a joke. He says for that lame Paul joke, Chris Paul George. I just wasn't even meant to be funny. It was just something that occurred to me. And I thought if they did collide, would they become one weird person? That's it, man.
Wow. Yeah.
Jiggy says, Jeffrey, pass me my blunt back, man.
Yeah.
That's how you know how weird I am. I ain't smoking nothing. Cabana says it would be much better for Paul to run into George than for Paul to run into Harden. Okay, I think you don't need a space when you type out Harden.
Mm-hmm.
There's not supposed to be a space between the D and the O in Harden.
I think he's trying to put in the hard.
Yeah.
On.
No, I got that. Yeah. He says, for Father's Day, my wife bought me a shirt and herself a dress, a purse, some cheap jewelry, but she saved us 60% on her stuff.
Well, there you go.
Kyle G says the Kemba trade is a win for OKC. They get Kemba. However, it seems like Boston's making room for a big free agency move. Maybe little Steph Curry in Boston?
No.
You don't know.
No.
You don't know.
Well,
You don't know.
Maybe
Steph
Can't
Curry.
Say no.
The moment, no. If Steph Curry's going anywhere,
no, Randy.
I don't know. No.
So how do you think no, Phil?
Steph Curry is no going to Boston. Now, a lot of free agents don't want to go to Boston. The way that they have to acquire their people is through Kemba Walker was the odd free agent that moved to Boston.
You know what I'm getting from this, Randy?
What's that?
Phil thinks he knows everything.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
You're just getting it now. How many shows have we?
Hefty Lefty says, update of the most important current athletic competition going on right now. Brian Shaw advanced to the finals that start tomorrow and will attempt to bring the world's strongest man title back to the United States where it belongs. That'll be a hell of a Father's Day gift to himself if he can win that.
Wow.
Yes, that it's not a sport, but it is a athletic competition, and good for him. I hope you're right. Jim P. in Havendale says, happy Friday, guys. Could I get a double shot of Jameson, please? Absolutely.
Well, absolutely you can. Yeah. I mean, why not?
Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, duo. Sup, Skid Mark P. By the way, Phil, your rumbling and damn mumbling is futile every time. Wah, 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 hoo. You suck. Go Suns.
That's so rude. Why would they call you Skid Mark Ski, Randy?
No, it's you,
man,
Skid Mark P.
Deal, man. I tell you what, $100 a month, man. Get them hook up, get them old dang tube top jiggling around everywhere and whatnot, man. It's nothing but a damn trash.
Sound like Phil to me.
Yeah, what is wah 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 hoo? You suck. Go Suns.
Maybe he was trying to spell out Whataburger.
Wah 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 hoo. Phil reminds me of an old speak and spell toy. Low batteries there. You can hear crap coming out, but you can't understand what he's saying.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Was I mumbling?
I don't think so.
I didn't think I was.
Jeff Van Gundy says, guys, this discussion of Phil's weight is a shameless plug for Valley Medical Weight Loss. You just came back from break. No, we actually didn't even think about that. No, you gotta understand, Phil, this is why we were saying that. Phil is probably the most fit human being at 15A Fanatic. And I am including Bruce Jacobs, Dale Elistray, and Chief, and Randy, and myself. I'm going to include Big Steve. I'm going to include Isaiah's. I'm going to include, especially Josh. I'm going to include everybody at this damn radio station. I think Phil is the best, most physically fit.
It would be between me and Isaiah's.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I don't know that he works out. You work out. You exercise. He's just naturally lanky. The Isaiah is.
It'd be a close race.
Yeah, well, we should have one. We should have a race. Big George says, don't you mean it'll either be the Mormons of Utah or the gangbangers of South LA? No, that's not fair to the Clippers. They're not a rough crowd of fan base there, but the Mormons in Utah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, if you look at their uniforms, they do have sort of that old English typeset, wearing the black and the, they've got that kind of edgy look to them, don't they?
I've never really felt that way about the Clippers. They're not like a Raiders type of team to me. I think the Pistons were more of a scary group than anybody else. Big George goes on to say, I'm in Carlsbad living the good life. Now, do you live there permanently or are you just on vacation?
Yeah.
Because when I think vacation, I think Carlsbad. He says current temperature right now is 66 degrees. That is 50 degrees cooler than Phoenix. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, but if you have to live in Carlsbad.
Yeah.
Damn. King Kenton says Phoenix hit 117 so far today, breaking the record for date. It's the second day in a row we've done that. Yesterday with the 118. Today's record, and tomorrow will be the hottest days of the year. I think we're going to get. He says, I think we dodged that 120 fireball. I don't know, man. The way this summer's starting, we're probably going to pass 120 at some point. This is crazy.
I would imagine. Yeah.
This kind of crap don't usually happen in June. This usually happens in July and August.
Yeah, we have some buffer usually.
Yeah.
God.
I don't know what's going on. Robert in Surprise says the kids and the wife got me a new set of irons for Father's Day. Callaway Apex, baby.
There we go. Nice. Good for you.
And he says, my service van does not agree with your temperature. And it says 133. All right. This is time for my annual explanation to everybody out there. And I know Robert in Surprise knows better. He's just being a wise ass. So here's the thing. When you first get in your car that has been sitting in the heat, that temperature is not accurate. Why? Because your temperature sensor isn't sitting right out there. It's underneath something which has had time to get even hotter because it's just been accumulating heat. So when you turn on your car, it says 133 degrees. That's not really the air temperature. That's just the hot ass temperature underneath the hood, wherever that sensor is. Drive around a little bit, you'll see that temperature equalize down and become the actual temperature. So don't freak out if you get in your car, if you're a rookie to the desert and see 133. Robert Surprise knows better. So still, we got to take a break. I don't know. This is going to be run late for break day, I think. So when we come back, I've got good news for Chris Paul. I got good news for a bunch of people.
Oh, do I get good news?
Okay. No, you never get good news. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought until it isn't working. Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated. If it plugs in, we work with it. Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. That's 800-438-8173.
The Fanatic.
And Blicker here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. You can hear us on 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM in the East Valley, always at 1580thefanatic.com. All right, so here's the good news. If you've been vaccinated with the Pfizer and the Moderna, the story has come out. Your sperm count will not be lowered by it.
Well, that's good.
Well, maybe that's not good news.
Yeah, some of us want lower sperm.
Yeah, maybe this is bad news. I don't know. Whatever way you take it, I guess they did a study because the anti-vaxxers were like, that stuff's going to kill your sperm. You're going to have little babies that come out looking like Kid Rock. Every single one of them going to look like an alien. Well, they said, no, it's not the way it works. They said because the vaccines contain mRNA, not the live virus, they say it's unlikely that the vaccine would affect your spermy swimmers and stuff. So you're okay. Yeah. Like when they say, if you wear tight underwear, that elevates the heat, and then you don't have as many sperm swimming around.
There's no truth to that whatsoever.
It's a shame because I ran right out and got a lot of very tight underwear. I've had enough kids. You know what I'm saying? I've had enough. Enough. Okay. Yeah. I have just enough kids to give me some Father's Day gifts. Now, I don't need any more.
Now, Jeffrey, I'm surprised for you to even know of the term loose underwear, given your situation.
Yeah, there's boxers and briefs, and then there's tidy. They don't make tidy whities anymore so much, I don't think. But like tidy variety of colors. By the way, let me just talk to you, underwear industry. I'm getting sick of your crap. Let me tell you why. I go there to buy some underwear. I want to buy. Oh, look, I can get myself a bunch of. I like to wear black underwear, and I was like, all right. So you open up the package, you get it home. There's always a gray. I didn't want gray. I don't need variety. Give me the same color, please. Yeah. I ain't trying to buy any reds or grays or not. I want black. And tired of their crap. Just tired of it. Just give me what I want. That's it.
I think that's the way the underwear industry's trying to take over the United States.
Have you ever worn satin?
No, because I'm a man. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I heard Speedos reduces sperm count. Well, what it does is reduces your chance to find out. There's nobody who wants anything to do with you if you're wearing something. 888-368-1580. Heelman Mike says, Phil, unless your poo don't stink, and if you say it doesn't, Jeffco, go in there and smack him. That smell is fecal particles, you disgusting bastard.
Don't smell a dang thing.
He's right, because I don't go into if I go to the end of the restroom, my phone stays in my pocket. I never take it out because I don't want no poo-poo germs on my phone because the phone goes next to my face. So if you're in there on your phone and you're doing your thing, now you're applying the poo-poo particles to your phone and then your phone to your face. Now you put the poo-poo particles on your face.
So then you're a poo-poo head.
Pretty much. Follow that bouncing ball. I know it's tempting if you're, I don't know. I don't sit there long enough generally to get bored. But if you're sitting there and you're bored, you're like, ooh, what's going on here? No, don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to get the poo-poo particles on your face from the phone. And there you go. We need the more music to play whenever I give these little nuggets of wisdom.
So when you're sitting there getting bored, say that again.
Yeah, don't pull out your phone. If you're bored on the toilet, do not get out the phone because
Jeffrey,
you're going to get the poo-poo particles on the phone and then your face.
Just because you have
the more you know.
Thank you. Just because you have a water slide working out of the back there for you
Excuse
doesn't
me?
mean the rest of us don't have to put in some hard days labor in
Excuse
order
me?
to make sure what we need to do
The hell?
comes out.
It's time for some quiet contemplation, Phil. Now is not time to be on your phone, getting the poo-poo particles on your phone, then onto your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how about this? You get the poo-poo particles on your phone, then your face. Somebody kisses you on the cheek. Now they got the poo-poo particles on the mouth. Don't do that to the people you love. Jeff Van Gundy says there's a lot of danger in the desert, but nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Guys, that is true. That is true. You look out for those pits full of rattlesnakes. Or is he talking about the Arizona Rattlers? I think he's talking about the Arizona Rattlers. Fish Tank says, where do you guys land on the Suns in four guy? Some people are crapping on Booker for getting him tickets, encouraging his violence. Personally, the video is great and Booker is reaching out to him is awesome. Well, here's the thing. I have not seen the video. I've read about it. I've seen the photograph. I haven't seen the video. Somebody punched him first, right?
One of the Nugget guys took a swing, took a poke at him first. He just kind of defended himself. And
if you defend yourself and then defend yourself vigorously, ain't nobody got a damn thing to say to this guy. The other thing that was great is at the same time, he's like, Sons and four, mofo, Sons and four.
Yeah.
And he was right. So no, it's not encouraging violence. So you're going to encourage him to get his ass kicked then and not defend himself? No. Yeah. The hell with those people crapping on Booker and that guy. I salute you, Sons and four guy. And good for you, Booker. That was awfully nice of you to do that. I mean, am I getting in trouble for saying that? Oh crap. Am I going to get canceled?
No, we've got confirmation back here. The cancellation police have come and gone. You're good.
Yeah, well, if Bruce Jacobs is still around, I think I'm safe. Boomer Sooner says, good Friday, gentlemen. Randy, can I get a cold beer and a shot of Crown, please? Floppy Bumper says, good afternoon, gentlemen. And Phil. How about a tall Sierra Nevada Pale Ale for your local geologist, Randy? Boy, Floppy Bumper, what are you doing with your time? I mean, if there's a fire around all the places where you work in the mines, do they send you someplace else? Or are you, hopefully you're not losing money on this deal, or are you salary? How does because it's like we were worried about you when there were the fires and we were glad that you let us know you're okay. But now I'm kind of curious, do you have to sit on the sidelines or are you back to work? Let us know what's going on. And if you know anything about the fires, let us know that too. President Wallet says, I'm a big man too. I'm not afraid of George. He can suck it. My work zone is 125, no shade. I'm going to end it all today.
Oh,
I need a sweet embrace to take me. Yes, the sweet embrace of death, please. That's a little bit extreme, Prison Wallet.
Yeah, you want a sweet embrace of death? Let me usher you down the aisle.
Oh no, because that's your hell will be Phil standing there in a Speedo and a bottle of Jergens in one hand and a bottle of lube in the other.
I've been waiting for you, Prison Wallet.
Choose life, Prison Wallet. Choose life.
I'm so glad we could get you to jerk around down here for a minute or two.
Excuse me? What? Kiss the Cook says, Randy, playing McCormick Ranch on Sunday at 10 if you want to come out.
Oh, man. How wonderful it would
no.
be. But I shoot in the 80s. Any warmer than 80, I don't go out and play the golf. No. But thanks for the invite. One of these days I will.
I shoot in the 70s.
Yeah.
Duke says, props to Cole Beasley for being the first NFL player to come out against the vaccine. And did he really come out against the vaccine? I think he's more coming out against the NFLPA for the way they're dealing with their protocols. But nice try there, Duke. Licky Lips Johnson says, I use my phone while I can't read that. Skull says, you get the poo-poo particles on your face, Phil. Next thing you know, Jeffrey's out for a week with the pink eye. Wait, what? Shut up, Skull. Mr. Wilbur says, no, that's not a more you know. That's Skull smoking weed again.
Oh, sorry.
Making allegations. Mr. Wilbur says, wasn't there a Heinz ketchup commercial about what you're talking about? Was that anticipation or was that constipation?
No.
It's a fair question.
I believe it was Carly Simon anticipation. There was no constipation involved.
Anticipation everywhere.
Stop it, Phil. Large Marge says, man, I'm glad radio is poop proof. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Rob Diz says, Hold on. The whole screen moved and I lost it. Navy Brad says, no need to read, Jeffrey. Yeah, okay. I see what you said there. Oh, that's at first it was good news. Then it was bad news, man. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, we sure appreciate it. So nobody knows what I'm talking about. Nobody needs to. Moving on. Boomer Sooner says, I forgot one thing earlier. Shut up, Phil. Kyle G says,
wow.
There's a Sons and Four guy in all of our hearts, right next to the kid who takes his shirt off and dances. Rob Diz says, I heard Barstool Sports made the Sons and Four shirts, and he'll get half the proceeds. Well, that's kind of cool. That's nice of him. Let's see. Kane Kittens. He sent me a picture of his temperature in his car at 119. Again, these are unofficial results. No wagering, please. President Wallet says, working outside, no shade, 125 degrees. My feet are so swollen, they're going to burst in my shoes. 4 more stops, 2,000 gallons of fuel, and 45 machines to grease. Want to know the worst part? You want to know the worst part? Phil won't shut the hell up. He still won't shut the hell up.
Wow.
Now, the thing you're going to want to do is double sock.
He says, love you guys. Thanks for the entertainment while I drift off into the light. Jagdog says, Phil, every time you go on your 20-minute rants, the pain I feel, I compare to the torture James Bond went through in Casino Royale called the Dutch scratching. Yep. While Phil Googles Dutch scratching, Randy, can I get a double crown on the rocks, please?
I don't need to Google. Trust me.
Do I want to ask or should I just move on?
You just move on.
Yeah, okay. Jeff Van Gundy says the Nuggets fan poured a drink on him and still gave him a pass. And then he tried to sucker punch him, and that was when the game was over. So let me get this straight. Sons and Four guy, stand there doing his thing, having some good-natured banter between himself and some other fans because he was in enemy territory. Somebody pours a drink on him. He doesn't do anything. Guy takes a poke at him. Okay, now we're done. I'm throwing hands. Okay. How in the hell does that encourage violence that Booker came out and did something nice for him? This guy is just out there trying to enjoy the game. Yeah. He wasn't throwing drinks. He wasn't throwing hands, So, yeah, anybody who's upset about that, kiss my ass. George says, so I'm currently working remotely from my job, which is based in Phoenix, which allows me to live in Carlsbad full-time right now. I'm trying to get a full-time remote position with the firm so I can stay here. You want to stay there?
Well, I bet it's a little cooler.
Even Carl knew it was bad. Big George says, I've got the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine, and I'm very happy to hear it does affect sperm since me and my beautiful wife, Alexa, are trying to have kids right away. Wish us luck. Good luck, George, and our condolences to what that woman is about to go through. Licky Lips Johnson says, Phil is the most truthful person on the radio. Everyone telling Phil to shut up can suck it.
Amen.
Wow.
Amen. And here.
Since when is that guy on your side? I always thought he was coming after you. Now all of a sudden he's on your side. What happened?
I met a policeman on my way to an event, and so I slipped him a brick or something.
Licky Lips Johnson.
Yes, Licky Lips. Yes. I was able to bum it off the cop, and
it sounds expensive. Floppy Bumper says no salary, and I've been sent out to Safford to do some drilling because of the fires. And the fires I'm aware of, Telegraph and Mescal, are 80 to 90% contained. Last time I got updated on Tuesday, so at least you're keeping busy. That's good, and it's good to know you're okay out there. Licky Lips Johnson says, no, you're getting me mixed up with Booger Biatch, Jeffrey. Jeff Van Gundy says, guys, why is Licky Lips so negative constantly? Guys, don't know. Don't have time to try to figure that one out. By the way, now, Randy, I know you love the golf. You know more about the golf than I do.
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson, not doing so hot,
sucks.
Right? Yeah, but he's blaming the spectators, distracting them with their cell phone cameras.
Well, it could be. It depends on what's happening out there. He and Xander Schauffele, your guy, Xander Schauffele, also a San Diegan, are on the course together, and they have currently the largest gallery out there. So a lot of people are around them. So you don't know. Golf is a very sensitive sport, and if you have noise and stuff in your downswing, it could just screw up everything.
Well, he said it's a part of professional golf. You got to learn to deal with it. I don't understand why you can't just turn the little button on the side there to make your phone silent so it doesn't go. He says, I probably didn't deal with it internally as well as I could have or as well as I need to.
Yeah.
Part of the game, I guess, at this level. Certainly, I didn't do the best job of dealing with it. But so basically saying, that messed me up. It's on me that it messed me up, but it did mess me up. So he complained about it, but he didn't completely millennial out on it. He took his own responsibility for it.
I was just going to mention it just for the fun of it. Yeah.
Although he did ask for a police officer to come over and hey, could you tell that person to turn that crap off? So, all right. So Phil ain't going to make it to what we hoped would be a championship for him. But listen, we have so much more to talk about in the next 2 hours. Come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
My name is William Yank. I'm a 23-year-old three-time leukemia survivor. Leukemia Lymphoma Society was this unforeseen blessing because I wouldn't have been able to get CAR T cell therapy. Ways that I advocate for cancer is probably mostly through my podcast and my Instagram or TikTok. It's so vitally important that we have Leukemia Lymphoma Society on our side.
To give or get help, visit LLS.org.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Dell. For your small business needs, call a Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. Richard Bland has been caught, finally. Russell Henley with a birdie at 18, part of his front nine. He's 5 under along with Bland, who fired a 4 under 67 earlier. Louis Oosthuizen in the clubhouse at 4 under after an even par 71, and he rallied late.
Every time I hit a good tee shot, I didn't even hit a good second, and always have to fight to sort of make pars. And said to my caddy that let's see, if we can somehow get 2 back playing those last 4 or 5 holes, and made a nice putt on 14. Good birdie on 18.
Oosthuizen, the only player at 4 under. Colin Morikawa with 4 straight birdies. He's now even par and 5 back. Phil Mickelson on the cut line at 3 over, 10 holes to go. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go.
For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late, and that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. A mouthful of jelly beans there.
Thought I was going to have to help you out there, Jeff. Go.
Well, I still trying to figure out these jelly bellies that I've got.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid the nasty ones, eat the good ones. Found some good ones, put a mouthful, and then I realized, oh, crap, time for the show. What were we saying? Oh, yeah, the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio jelly bean eating pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, and we got Randy White right there. We got Phil right there, and you guys are right there on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios. And okay, we did not get much achieved in the last hour. Yeah, we did not get a whole lot done in that last hour.
We talked about Kemba Walker.
Yeah, for a little bit.
You're right.
Well, and I do have an update on Phil Mickelson. He's well, as you may or may not have heard on the U.S. Open update we have, he is -3. He's on the cut line right now. So if he's got quite a ways to go in the second round, he could potentially climb back in this dude. So
all right. We've all
back.
climbed back in a dude before.
Yeah,
And
he could climb back in this dude.
okay, is that like an actual golf term? I'm going to climb back in this dude.
Well, it's one that I made up. It's my own golf-ism, if you will.
And is dude looks like a lady also a golf-ism? Or
no, dude looks like a lady was a hit by Aerosmith, I believe.
right, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Dude looks like a lady.
A lady.
Yes.
Mhm.
888-368-1580. Baker's Cocky Hen says because he was complaining about the bystanders with their cameras and says strobe light Mickelson with your phones, people. At least his legs work, unlike Tiger's. Boy, that was just a whole lot of hatred going in many different directions right there, wasn't it? Hefty Lefty says maybe that fan was from Korea where the phones aren't able to have the camera sound turned off. Guys, they have a huge problem with people taking dirty pictures of people, so then you can't turn off that noise.
Really?
That seems fair. Nobody likes to get their picture taken when they're not paying attention, especially if it's up your skirt or something. Gorilla Toe says, Le Phil, whining about cameras. Remind you of another whiner recently?
I don't know that it was whining, and it sounded like he was owning up to taking his own responsibility for that. So
no, it's fair. You know what I saw there? I saw a guy saying, here's an explanation. It's not an excuse, but it's an explanation. I was distracted. I shouldn't have let myself be. I should have done better. There was more, if you count the words, there was more where he was taking responsibility for it himself than him complaining. Granted, he did have a cop come over. So,
well, and I think that's what he was referring to. He probably didn't handle it the best way. He could have handled it differently.
Yeah.
And but see, that's the way a man goes about it. Unlike some of these other guys that are out there. Hey, can you guys stop in with the phone, please?
yeah, I hear you, but still not sure if I like Phil Mickelson. I appreciate some of the things he's done. I do. I don't like the commercial where he's dancing around weirdly with the whole shirt thing.
Yeah.
But
I liked it. I mean, oddly, I thought that was a very fun commercial.
I got a question because I don't know. I honestly don't know. My first interactions with Phil Mickelson, one, he may have hit on my wife. Two, the dancing shirt commercial. And that's basically it. And then later on, we saw the match and all that. Remember, because I'm not a golf guy, so I don't have a whole lot of experience with Phil Mickelson. So, do we like Phil Mickelson or do we not like Phil Mickelson?
Well, I like Phil Mickelson. I think the guy is he's a class act. I've never heard anything derogatory about him, and I haven't heard him say anything derogatory. Now, I'm not saying the guy is a saint, and I'm not saying the guy couldn't have a bad personality. But from what I've seen,
insider trading. Forgot about that.
Well, again, I don't know that he was actually guilty of that. He wasn't sued for any money, and he was implicated as being a part of it. But I think he got off that charge. I don't think he was ever held.
So he got out of that dude. He got out of that dude.
Well, that dude specifically, he got out of, but he could climb back into this dude, which is the U.S. Open. Yeah.
Okay. So you say yay to Phil Mickelson. Phil, what do you say to Phil Mickelson?
Well, being a fellow Phil, I have to say I do appreciate the kind of a modern guy that he represented at a time. He always seemed like an average guy that you can always really enjoy to kind of go out with and just have a beer.
Good sense of humor.
Yeah. So
look, the guy took on Tiger Woods for $9 million in a one-off tournament and beat him. Okay. And he's an ASU grad.
What version of Tiger Woods did he beat?
It doesn't matter. It was a golf tournament. There was $9 million on the table, and he swept his ass.
I don't know if Tiger even tried, or if he did.
I think he did. Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, the ASU angle that does lend some support. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to like Phil Mickelson or not.
All right.
So you guys can let me know what you guys think out there. Do you like Phil Mickelson? 888-368-1580. Big George says, no, I'm cheering for my fellow Sun Devils and fellow San Diegans at the U.S. Open this weekend. Go Phil Mickelson. Go Xander Schauffele. Go John Rahm. By the way, Rahm got screwed a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. They took him off the course while he was winning, and he was on a historic pace doing so as well. And he lost out on $1.6 million. So, yeah, that sucked an awful lot. But yeah, okay. So, John Rahm, how's he doing out there? Is he winning this thing right now?
Let's see where John Rahm is. I just had the leaderboard.
Who's winning right now? Yeah.
Well, right now, in first place is Henley, followed by Bland. Bland's the 48-year-old European guy. Yeah, Bland. Robert
His
Bland.
name is Bland?
Yeah, his last name is Bland. Yeah. He's at -5 right now. He shot 4 under today. Then Robert Henley is tied for first at -5. Louis Oosthuizen at -4. Let's see. Bubba Watson is tied for 4th. John Rahm tied for 4th. Xander Schauffele, Brooks Koepka, Cabrera Bello, Kevin Streelman. Many people are tied for 7th. So there you go. That's your update.
I'd kind of like, I don't know. We need to start another charity. I know we got Arizona Sports Angels. And by the way, we kind of got caught up in some red tape trying to get the 100 balls that we raised money for into the hands of those kids at the housing project.
Oh, no kidding.
So there was some back and forth, but next week we finally get to deliver those balls. You know, I sat there in my garage about almost a month ago, inflated every single one of them. Yeah. But finally, we've worked out the details, and those are going to get delivered. So I'm very happy about that. Anyway, another charity idea. So my wife, really, she's the brains behind Arizona Sports Angels. But for me, I want to be the brains behind this one. Now, I know I've had some failed charities. Chins for the Chinless. That was one.
Yeah.
You ever see somebody with no chin try to put a pillow in a pillowcase?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or the sadness of they'll never be able to play the violin, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought what we do, we go to celebrities and they ask them, like Jay Leno, donate some of that chin.
Well, yeah,
and we give it to somebody with no chin.
That is a massive chin right there. Yeah,
probably 3-4 people could have benefited from that chin,
and it benefits both parties.
Easy. Right? But for some reason, that charity never picked up. So now here's another one: name changes for the people who need name changes. Like it costs like $600 to change your name.
Okay.
Well, the Bears just signed Jake Butt. Wouldn't you change your name if your last name was Butt?
What are you talking about? I would wear that. I would wear that name with pride.
Jake Butt,
especially on the back of my jersey.
I'd probably change. B-U-T-T. If it's Butte, that's something else. Even then, probably get made fun of in school too. So you might want to change that.
Far be it from me to bring reason here, but he also is a former Bronco tight end.
Doesn't matter.
I would think by now in his life, he's already faced so much abuse about his name. He's just middle finger in the world. Yeah, go ahead. Call me anything you want.
Boy
like
named
I've
Sue.
never
I
heard
get
that before. Yeah.
Well, but it's still, even in Bland, I'm a Bland golfer.
Yeah, Robert Bland. Yeah.
I would change that because you think, the historical. No, there's no historical behind Butt. There's no historical behind Bland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
change your names. I want to help people do that if they want to.
However, Robert Bland, he is from England. He's from the UK.
All the food they eat there is very bland. I get it.
There you go.
But I don't think that's something.
And he plays golf for a living.
To be proud of.
Okay. Bland.
So I'm going to guess this is one of the whitest people on the planet.
Well,
he just needs to add something to the Bland. We already have an example here with Dean Blandino.
This up.
Well, listen, when you summon up the name Dean Blandino,
what?
It's anything but bland.
Ladies all over the valley start quivering.
Richard Bland.
Yeah. I used to play golf.
Oh, that dude is so white.
But then I found out I don't have to play golf to get a hole in one. Dean Blandino, sexiest name in sports.
I always feel a little bit violated when Dean Blandino shows up. I'll be honest. I feel like we should lock something. But no, I'm looking at pictures of John Bland. That is
Robert Bland, I believe, is his name.
whatever. He's
Robert
very
Bland.
white. Very
Old
white.
Bobby Bland.
He's extremely Caucasian. Very Caucasian.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He's currently leading the damn U.S. Open. That's how Caucasian.
He's so Caucasian, he's offensive.
Yeah, I'm guessing that lead won't hold. Hefty Lefty says the Butt family had personalized jerseys when he was at Michigan. The dad was Big Butt, mom was normal Mama Butt. So that was funny. Yeah. Okay, still I'd change my name. Pina Colada says, "Mix me one up, Randy." Oh,
If you like
okay, hold on. We agreed that's his text or nickname, and you weren't allowed to fire that off if I just read his name. That doesn't count.
I didn't. He said, "Mix me one up, Randy."
You don't know what he was talking about. Could have been anything.
His name is Pina Colada, and he
I
said,
feel violated
"Mix me
again.
one up."
I'm getting violated all over the place here. Navy Devil says the most impressive thing about Phil Mickelson is he doesn't ever blink. Have you ever seen him blink?
Well, yes, I have.
You mean
There
during
was
the
that one
dancing
time in the
commercial?
80s.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Phil Emerine and Phil Mickelson walking down the beach in matching Speedos, eating subs in a beach toilet. Perfect day, right, Phil?
Actually, it does sound pretty nice.
In a beach toilet? That sounds horrific. Much of that sounded horrific, but the beach toilet just pushed it right over the edge.
Do you think that there are curtains or something for the beach toilet?
No, I'm probably no.
Just a hole.
Yeah.
Says the man that wears a Speedo in public.
It's gross. King of Canton says, well, it's official. Most of the hottest days ever have been in June. Okay. Well, I'm just saying in a normal year, but you're right. Come to think of it, back in 1990, on one day, June 25th, it was 120. I remember that. I was driving around in it. And then 122 the next day. And then 121 in 1995. I feel like we've hit 120 since then, though. I think we have. It just wasn't in June. So I think he's just making a point about June. Then 119 on June 20th of 2017 and June 29th. He says days hotter than today in Phoenix history. That's it. End of list. I think you're going to find there was some 120s outside of the June month. Just saying. Kiss the Cook says you don't make noise out of sportsmanship and respect for your fellow player. Even still, with car driving by, planes flying overhead, and other things, you're complaining about a camera sound?
Yeah.
It's the Indian, not the arrow, making the bad shots, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Can
And
we
I
make
think he
that
said
analogy?
that. Yeah.
It's a very good analogy. I like it. Hefty Lefty sent an image. Oh, the whole Butt family right there. So there's Papa Butt. I like Big.
Is Bertha in there?
Nice
Bertha's
butt.
one of the Butt sisters.
Head butt, butt of steel. And then there's a black fella there, Black Butt. I guess they all got in on the act. All right. Well, I guess that's a family who has embraced it, and that's fine. Like I said, I will offer in this charity, if I can get it going, people name changes if they want them. I'm not saying if you want to keep it, hell, do your thing, man. Be your own person. But there are some really horrific names out there, man. Some horrific ones. Duke says, reminder, during this heat, do not sweat the petty things and never pet the sweaty things. There you go.
Amen.
Baker's Cocky Him says, I can confirm no curtains or stall doors on the beach toilets anytime I've ever went. Still, people have been doing drugs in there, though. Should make your sandwich extra juicy and improve your mood there, Phil.
Wow.
Thank you.
What are you watching on TV, Phil?
Mission Impossible 3.
Turn that damn TV off. Seriously, I'm getting tired of you being distracted. Navy Brad says, if Phil and Phil were walking on the beach, will that be called Skid Row?
Wow.
Big George says, Arizona Sports Angels is a great charity. I encourage everybody to donate to them. Another good charity, especially for Phil, to help him with pronouncing difficult words and names is Hooked on Phonics. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. I think we need to start a charity drive to send Phil to Hooked on Phonics boot camp.
Wow.
Which word did I mess up?
It's a great idea.
Fournier?
I feel like that would be aimed at me a little more.
Yeah.
Just a Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. The least white dude named Bland is the fabulous Bobby Blue Bland. Now I'm good. Should
Bobby
I
Blue
Google this or
Bland?
not? Do I?
I think that Bobby Blue Bland was a pop star, was a pop singer.
Yeah. Bobby Blue Bland. Oh yeah, he's African American, and Bobby Bland was his name. Again, still.
And
saying.
Jazz was his game.
He was American. Sorry. Just the Tip says, yeah, I just read that. Mr. Wilbur says, is Jake Butt related to Bertha Butt and the Butt sisters?
No,
I'd have to say yes.
There's
There's
a crack of separation between those two butts.
Excuse me?
Jagdog says, Jeffrey, are we going to talk about NFL quarterbacks today? I sure hope so, but I ain't promising nothing. It's Friday. You know better than that. Boomer Sooner says Mickelson is 3 over par, not 3 under, Randy.
I said 3 over.
Yeah, he's on the cut line, is what you said.
He's on the cut line at 3 over.
Phil's on the cut line, too. We just haven't told him about it yet. Watermelon says, is it a thing that all Phils just whine and complain about things that aren't going their way? Well, I'm sure Phil wasn't complaining when he won his last round with all the cameras going off, was he? It's a good point. I'm sure there were cameras going, but, like I like to say, it's an explanation, not an excuse. By the way, speaking of bland white people from England,
guilty
Coyotes have signed up a guy named Liam Kirk, and he's a British hockey player. What? Do they play hockey in England?
Yeah, it gets cold there in the winter. They got lakes.
I've never connected. That British hockey team. Oh, there's something to look out for. I know Sweden and Russia and Slavia or whatever, Czechoslovakia, whatever, or the Ruskies and the Germans and the Denmarkians or whatever. I never thought about the Brits being hockey players, but they brought this guy. He's 21 years old. He was top goal scorer at a championship game in Latvia. He had 7 goals in 7 games, and evidently the Coyotes have said, "Hey, why don't you come on over here and we'll see what you got."
Well, he was actually 189th overall pick in 2018 by the Coyotes, so they had the rights to him, and he has played hockey over in England. I think his most recent team was the Sheffield Steelers. Steelers, really? That's a football team, and that's an American name. You can't do that. But he's also played in the EIHL, which would be the English International Hockey League.
I don't care if he played in the EIEIO. This guy has no idea anything about the Coyotes, or else he wouldn't be so happy. He's like, another step to a dream come true. Clearly, he has not been paying attention.
Well, he gets to play in the NHL at the top level, so this would be a dream come true. Maybe not his dream of winning the Stanley Cup. However, it's another notch on his dream come true list.
Are we really talking about top level in referring to the Coyotes right now?
Well, it is the NHL. I say what you will about the Coyotes, but they are in the elite NHL, which everybody in the world would like to play in.
Well, any help you can get is good because, boy, I tell you what, if it weren't for how bad the Diamondbacks have been doing, we'd probably be having some serious conversations about what the hell is going on with the Coyotes. So
that's true.
Right now, though, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk some NBA before we get to all that NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
West One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship. Father's Day is coming, and NFL Shop has Dad's favorite NFL team gear. Head over to NFLShop.com today. Co-leaders in the second round at Torrey Pines, both fairly unknown. Why don't you just look them up on your phone? Richard Bland and Russell Henley, both 5 under. Bland, a 48-year-old from England, just earned his first European Tour victory at the British Masters last month. Henley from Macon, Georgia, a 3-time winner on the PGA Tour. Louis Oosthuizen at 4 under, 1 back. Bubba Watson at 3 under, that's 2 off the pace. Watson has missed the cut at 5 of the last 7 U.S. Opens, but he is in contention so far. John Rahm, Matthew Wolff, and Xander Schauffele also at 3 under. Colin Morikawa, 4 straight birdies at 6, 7, 8, and 9, then a par at 10. Last year's PGA champion has pulled a level par 5 back. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Oh, come on! 4! There it is. In golf, the right adjustments can make all the difference. We feel the same way about financial planning. With Fidelity Wealth Management, your dedicated advisor will work with you to create a personalized plan for your full financial picture. And as your needs change, they'll help you make adjustments so you can stay on target. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC.
At CDW, we get that hybrid working might take some getting used to.
Yep, I'm only in the office part-time, so my cat can adjust to me being gone.
How nice. Wherever you're working, CDW can help you stay connected by implementing secure by design HP Chrome OS devices with built-in virus protection.
Gotta run. The boss is calling.
Mr. Whiskers sounds very demanding. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/HP.
Your exclusive home for the NFL at Super Bowl 56.
Super Bowl 56. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. The text line, 888-368-1580. It's already kind of feeling like, pretty typical Friday kind of show. I mean, it's not too crazy, but weirdness is there. Weirdness is totally there. By the way, an update on Burrito Girl. Remember the running chick, the runner, the Olympian?
Yes. Yes.
She's the record holder in the 1,500 meter and the 5,000 meter, and she got banned for 4 years because she had some steroids or something in her. And now she said, listen, I did not do steroids. I ate a burrito. It had, the pork had the steroids. I didn't have the steroids. I ate this is over near Beaverton, Oregon, where she lives. And she said, yeah, I 10 hours for this test, I ate the pork burrito. Now I have a question. You're a finely tuned athlete. Do you know about the whole thing with the pork? Do you know about this, or does she not know about this until now? I kind of, it seems a little bit fishy, right? But here's the thing that I didn't know. So she notified the AIU. She's like, yeah, I think that the source was this pork. And she said, I'd like to prove myself innocent here. She said, I've never done steroids. And she says, World Anti-Doping Agency was aware that pork could cause elevated levels of nandrolone, and that she had passed a polygraph test and had a hair sample analyzed by toxicologists. So she passed the polygraph. She had evidence to show all these things. And yet the Court of Arbitration for Sport still said, no, you're banned. 4 years. So what I don't know is what they presented as their evidence of why they decided to not take the polygraph test series. I know people can fake those things, right? Why not listen to what the toxicologist had to say about the hair sample? Maybe go get a sample of the pork, not her. You guys go to that place. She tells you right where she got the damn food. Why not be sure? That's 4 damn years of suspension. Yeah. Players in the NFL, if they get a few games, and then if it's something that's, happens again, you get like 10 games, and then you lose a season. But at 4 years, this seems a bit heavy-handed, by this organization.
It's so heavy-handed, though. It makes me wonder if there was not an earlier punishment. Only because this is what you see in the NFL, where by the time we hear about a punishment, by the time we hear a player suspended for a year, there have been other proof positive tests. It's not their first time that they've heard it or that they've tested positive and they've just been fined in the background or maybe missed a week of practice or something to where the general public wouldn't even know that they tested positive. It's not until that third test that we hear a year-long suspension. So it makes me believe that for 4 years, that's so much. I wonder if she's tested positive before.
Yeah, I don't know, because if they're going to drop this sort of an anvil on her career, because keep in mind, she is 28, 4 years, she comes back 32. Kind of have a feeling that for Olympic athletes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That basically she just got the death sentence for possibly a steroid-infused pork burrito. Now, here's the question. If you eat a pork burrito that has those steroids in it, do you get the benefits of it? Or is it just showing up in your blood? You see what I'm saying?
It's not like, I don't know why, but I'm really enjoying this beef. And she's like, I can run a little faster today.
So like all these athletes are showing up at this taco stand, getting their steroids instead of injecting them or taking pills. They're eating some pork burritos. I mean, hell, that's the way I'd want them. But that's the question. Does she get benefit? I'm thinking no.
What was her name again? Houlihan. What was
Shelby Houlihan. So listen. It all seems a little bit weird and hanky. And Phil may have a point. Maybe there is more to this. Maybe there is past indiscretions. But generally, in sports, we immediately find out about those past indiscretions. We hear those things. I haven't heard that about this. So I don't know. The whole thing seems a little bit weird, but she's like, listen, I've never taken any performance enhancing substances. I'm not interested in cheating. I don't do this for the accolades, the money, or for people to know my name. I do it because I love doing it. So 4 years. So bye-bye Houlihan for that. 888-368-1580. So let's talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Finally figuring out what I scream at my TV. If the threes ain't working, get your ass in there and pile together a bunch of twos. He went on an attack last night, and now there's a game 7 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New Jersey Nets. And why don't these guys figure it out sooner to put away the threes and start focusing on just getting some damn points on the board?
It's hard to break away from the right, quote unquote, basketball play. Whenever you see everybody backing up away from you, not even just at the 3-point line, like you said, but also from 10 feet around the basket and out, they're giving Giannis all the room that he wants because they just don't believe in his shot right now, whether it be free throws, 3 points, obviously, or even just 10 feet away, mid-range jumpers. They don't believe that he can make those. So they're going to make it as hard as possible for him or anybody else to get into the lane. And they'll even double Chris Middleton, who had a career, had a high of 38 points, I believe, in that series. And they're just saying, you know what, Giannis, you can beat us anywhere but inside the lane. Everywhere else.
It was a huge mistake on their part.
Oh, it was last night, yes.
Because listen, if Antetokounmpo had taken this tactic earlier on, this series would already be over. This thing would have been done a long time ago, especially with the injuries that the Nets have been suffering through. So now, last night, to force a game 7, he did. So I would imagine he'll do the same thing again next time. So who's going to win this thing between the Nets and the Bucks? Who's going to win this thing? I mean, what's going to happen?
Game 7. I don't think that the Nets have a true home court advantage. Kyrie was ruled out, and he's been ruled out for a while. It would be a bit of a stretch to see him play. And even James Harden, he's out there, he's meandering out there, but his game was never really built on athleticism. It's more shooting. So we're trying to see if he can get more into some form of a shooting form that would be more beneficial to the Nets rather than just a distraction or somebody that they have to respect for an open 3. Man, if you tell me that the refs will allow football play, 90s play, like they did back, I believe, in game 4, game 3, whenever it was, where it was just absolutely physical. There was shots being thrown around just left and right. If we can get there, it's an easy Bucks win in predicament. I just don't know if I can predict that Giannis has a clutch gene in him, if you want to go that far, has an ability to go above and beyond what is necessary for him to ensure that his team wins, because it's going to come down to him.
So you're saying that they would double another guy, just leaving him open to take shots, and then he he wasn't taking those shots. He was going in, getting closer and taking those shots, which is a higher percentage of success, which was smart on the part of the Bucks or Antetokounmpo. So the Nets, they're not going to let him do that again. So now what are they going to do? They're going to go man to man. They're going to, how are the Nets going to stop Antetokounmpo this time?
There's adjustments to be made, and they've been making Steve Nash has been making them in and out of the entire series. The hardest part being that their personnel and lack thereof at times has forced everybody to take assignments that they wouldn't otherwise. Even Blake Griffin, whenever you're playing with him, you're kind of playing with a smaller center, but he's able to help you along the lines of a Giannis whenever you need to defend him. So I think where they're going to go is that they're probably going to double down and just probably double up on Chris Middleton and push Giannis to back and maybe even foul him. We might even see a Ben Simmons like hack a Giannis to see if he can make clutch free throws.
Hack a Giannis. So here's the thing. Now we're here coming up on Game 7 in the Eastern Conference semifinals there. So how are we feeling about sweaty Steve Nash as a coach now? Now, when
Steve Nash?
That was outside of Patrick Ewing. Nobody ever looked sweatier on the NBA court than Steve Nash. Yeah. I mean, now he doesn't look like all sweaty like he used to be.
He's cut his hair too.
So yeah, that probably helped too. He had a greasy hair. And nothing against Steve Nash, but that's just the truth. Anyway, so Steve Nash shows up as the coach. Everybody's like, whoa, what the hell? I mean, why is he getting this and other people not getting it? There's a lot of consternation about that. So now here we are going to the Eastern Conference Finals there. And what is he a good coach? Does it matter on a super team? Is it, how do we feel about Steve Nash's abilities to coach right now?
Well, this is what's going to determine that. Up until this point, he's really had an abundance of riches. He's been enjoying the Steve Kerr coaching lifestyle, where it doesn't necessarily matter what you do. You're pretty much going to always make the right decision because the talent is so overwhelming. And now is the time where he's having to make his money. He's having to adjust with James Harden playing not just limited minutes, but in limited effort because of his injury. He's still out there, but he's not going to give you the full James Harden experience. Whenever you look at Kevin Durant, he's now at a Game 7. He's tired, especially after having that masterpiece of a game in Game 5. We saw the results of that, where the Nets kind of went out there and said, yeah, we're going to be playing here. We're here. And if it comes close down to a last second shot, we'll put forth all of our energy. But as it stands, we'll let you have this one. We'll play a Game 7 in Brooklyn. This is where it's going to determine. Do I think Steve Nash is a top tier coach? Let's see what he can do with only one viable superstar healthy and fully working at full gear, and a surrounding team and surrounding pieces that were made with 3 in mind.
Yeah, I don't know if that's fair. I never thought it was fair against Steve Kerr to say, oh, he's not really a good coach. He's just got superstars. You might make a case that actually is a correct statement, though, because once he lost, his the dopey one that shoots threes,
Kyrie Irving.
No, for the Warriors,
James. Klay Thompson.
Thank you, Klay Thompson. Brick-o-matic. I call him Brick-o-matic because he's a great 3-point shooter. Once you get in the playoffs, he's a brick-tastic sumbitch. He goes through these streaks of just not getting a shot. He kind of did the whole Jay Crowder thing a lot of times in the playoffs. If you go back and take a look at some of that, you'll see what I'm talking about. But let me come back to it. What the hell were we talking about?
Steve Nash.
Yeah, right. Steve Kerr. We thought, okay, well, let's see what you got. But then when you have bad players, that also is not, Bill Belichick got bad players, and they can't say he's a bad coach because of that. There's got to be some middle ground where you have, okay, here is a decent crew. Yes, we've got some superstars over here, or maybe we just have some adequate players over there. But what is the true measure of a good coach? Is it, we did great things with horrible players? You have to do great things with horrible players, be considered a good coach? I think there's got to be some sort of median on that. So, to determine whether or not somebody is really, truly a good or a bad coach, right?
True measure of a great coach differs from league to league.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Wow.
Yeah.
True measure of a good coach from different league to leagues.
The way Phil just said that.
20,000 leagues under the sea.
Right. generally that the way Phil sounded just there is followed by yeah. It's just what the hell's going on, Phil?
Oh man, went down the wrong pipe. But
Wow.
it differs from league to league. I think the standard for a great coach in the NBA is cohesion, making sure that your superstars and being able to massage those egos to where you can create a productive product and team that can win it all and sustain the long journey of a full season. If we look at the NFL, it's more so about talent acquisition and schemes. That's what determines a great coach. Each league is a little bit different, but the demands of each league is different for what makes a great coach.
By the way, I knew I was going to have to answer for this, and I explain it, and I will. Lost Toby says Clay had the postseason record for threes until this season. Yeah, that's why I said in streaks. This is the Carson Palmer effect, where the stats show these really great numbers, but the moments when you need him, to do something special, brick. That was kind of what I'm talking about. I said he was streaky. I didn't say he was ineffective. That is not the guy I want the ball in his hand for a game winner. Steph Curry, not Klay Thompson. And Lost Toby says, by the way, Kerr took the Warriors to the playoffs this season with quality minutes from nobodies. You know what? That is a good point.
No,
they did lose the play-in game.
I was going to say he didn't take him to the playoffs. It was a play-in game.
That's why he had it in quotations, Phil. No, Lost Toby, you're right. You do have to appreciate some of what Steve Kerr was able to do with only Steph Curry and Draymond Green and the rest of the nobodies.
No, I don't.
I think that coaches nowadays, especially with these superstar caliber teams that they have, in other words, the Brooklyn Nets, don't need a guy like a Phil Jackson at the helm. Phil Jackson was an innovator. The triangle defense, the way he used his players, the way he coached his players, the way he communicated with his players. He was like an innovator in the game of basketball. Rudy Tomjanovich, when he had that Houston team and he had the Twin Towers, he was still able to eke out playoffs and a championship with the Houston Rockets. There were certain guys that were wonderful coaches, but nowadays I don't like Steve Nash going to Brooklyn. I don't believe Steve is bringing anything new and innovative to the game. He's just trying to help these guys get through the playoffs because let's face it, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, these guys don't need coaching as much as they just kind of need a direction to go.
Yeah, it's all good points. Listen, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some more NBA. We'll get caught up with your guys' texts and more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
When you come to the desert, many things can be dangerous, but there's nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Arizona Rattlers football is back. Don't miss a second of the action. Become a part of the Ninth Man for a membership of $10 per game for new season ticket members. All fans are welcomed as the Rattlers return at 100% capacity in the newly transformed Phoenix Suns Arena. Call 602-379-8274 today. Don't wait. Arizona Rattlers strike back.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harman Solar today. Harman Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com. Harman Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at the Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and they've kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
And earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to phoenixraceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today, the Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Coming up tonight, 6 p.m. is the race setup with Randy White. If Randy was actually sitting at his microphone, I'd have him tell you all about tonight's show. But since he's not,
You want me to tell you all about tonight's show?
You don't know nothing, Phil. Don't act like you know nothing. Damn, you don't know nothing. 888-368-1580. Just Tip says, winning the playoffs and winning a championship defines a great coach, which is why Doc Rivers is a terrible coach. His teams lose close games and also get blown out in the playoffs. The only thing he's has is when he had the 3 best players in the league that year. And even then, it was so long ago, it almost doesn't even count. It's a good point, Just a Tip. Can't argue with that one. Hefty Lefty says, I think it's a combination of things, but depends on the makeup of your roster. Phil Jackson was a master of that cohesion piece and managing superstars. Other coaches are great because of getting players to play at or above their perceived potential, you know, like Bill Belichick. Other coaches are great at in-game adjustments and being able to change plans when your game plan isn't working. Others, like Budenholzer, are great with your pregame plan, but can't figure out how to fix it mid-game when that plan goes out the window. It's a good point. All of it's good points. Randy summed it up very nicely, but yeah. What makes a good coach a good coach? That of course, I guess sometimes we can't tell you that until after it's over. I mean, here's one thing we can tell you. Monty Williams has shown himself to be a really damn good coach.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he does coach when the stars are there or not there. He's just an all-around good coach. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I think he's certainly proven himself to be more of the cohesion coach, and it's not like he's deficient in strategy and everything. Obviously, they would have to be that good in order to become a number 2 seed as well. But he's certainly able to get the most out of these guys, and it's hard to look away from the fact that they've just blossomed underneath Monty Williams' guide, making something out of these pieces that otherwise have just been moribund in years past.
Don't you think that the GM of the Phoenix Suns, and I keep forgetting his name, is
Jones?
Jones.
Yeah, but what's his first name? Is it John Jones?
It's Jones.
Jones. Yeah, he's called himself
Mrs.
Mrs. Jones. Me
Jones.
Me.
No, it's Mr. He's all man. Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
GM Jones.
James Jones.
Mr. Jones.
I know it's GM Jones. It's Jones.
I haven't heard anybody give him any credit for being able to compile a team for Monty Williams to actually, lead. I mean, James Jones should get some of this credit for putting this team together. It was James Jones that got CP3 to come here, along with Monty Williams. Monty and CP have a history, but James Jones had to pull the trigger. He had to make the moves to make things happen.
Who was that Weasley little white guy that used to be doing the job? He actually should get some credit for some of the drafting, some of the work he did. But not a whole lot.
I think Booker and maybe Ayton were the only additions to this team that he had.
Still, that should count for something. But no, you're absolutely right, Randy. Everything is working better with GM James Jones. Everything is working better with Monty Williams. Everything is better now. Whether Chris Paul stays or goes, you still have a playoff contention team in the Phoenix Suns. And I guarantee you this, another big free agent will come on down to Phoenix if Chris Paul does step out. I ain't worried about the future of this team. The future of this team is good. But right now, as far as we can tell, this is our best shot. So please, Godspeed, Chris Paul. Godspeed. Get back.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Big George says, I would submit for your consideration as a sweatier coach than Steve Nash, former disgraced coach of U Arizona, sweaty Sean Miller.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah, we're going to have to take it easy on that for a while, especially with the latest news out of Tempe about the football program.
Yeah, it's it don't look good. And I get it. Here's the thing I struggle with. Part of me wants to give them the pass. Be like, oh, it was just they violated the COVID restrictions and they were just so they're in trouble for, recruiting violations. Come on now. And then I think, well, but cheating's cheating. That is cheating.
Mm-hmm.
So that's bad because people are calling for Herm Edwards' head. And maybe even the athletic director.
Well,
so
Herm is the CEO of ASU football, is he not? He is the head coach. He is the number one guy, the tip of the spear, so to speak, when it comes to ASU football.
For as much as other teams and other coaches and other programs have done dirty, it will just be a real shame to see Herm Edwards go down because of this. And now listen, I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm saying if you violate those rules, you knowingly violate those rules. Your program knowingly violates those rules. And the public health was a consideration in the middle of a damn pandemic. So, no, it ain't covering up for somebody doing kids wrong. It ain't covering up for some doctor is sticking fingers where they don't need to go. It wasn't this or that. It was just recruiting violations. But still, it's crime. It's a violation. It's a crime against the NCAA. Just because it wasn't one of those things, the old saying in Hollywood, as long as it's not a dead hooker or a live boy, you're okay. Well, it's not the way that works.
That is a very dark saying. I don't believe I've ever heard that. Wow.
No, I look it up. It's a real saying.
For Hollywood.
Right. Huh? So, I hate for this to be the way someone like Herm Edwards goes down. But if he did the deed, if he did it dirty, then he got to go. And so does his boss. I mean, we would kind of, before Herm Edwards was here, we we're kind of like, that guy kind of needs to go, whatever. Anyway, so I don't want to get too bogged down in that, Big George. Big George says Friday shows are my favorite because they're the ones most likely to go off the rails. Plus, not a lot going on in the world of sports right now. Suns are waiting for the next opponent. All we can do is sit and wonder.
Sit and twiddle our thumbs.
No.
I don't know if I've ever twiddled my thumbs. Oh, well, I can do it. I didn't know if I could do it or not, but I'm doing it. Doing it right now.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
No.
Ukle the Mock says, hey, Randy, who's that new guy on with you and Phil right now? Oh, shut up, Ukle. I take days off because I deserve days off.
Yes, he does. Yep. He does.
Wicho says, I agree with Randy. Steve Nash's biggest job is just to make sure they all get along together.
Yeah, I mean, and head in the right direction. Provide an environment where you've got a former MVP as your head coach, a guy that knows what it takes to be in the playoffs, a guy that knows what it takes to play basketball at a high level. He can communicate on the same level with KD and Kyrie. I don't know if he can communicate with. Can anybody really communicate with Kyrie Irving? I mean, LeBron wasn't able to do that.
I think he has to check your aura first, and then maybe he'll listen.
Perhaps, yeah. But I mean, you get James Harden in there, you get KD in there, and as long as these guys are flying in the same direction, Steve Nash's job is pretty much done.
Yeah, well, he shows up with immediate respect. I think Durant wanted him there, and everybody knows his history, so he knows what he's talking about. Have a conversation with the guy, and you're going to know pretty quick if he knows basketball or not. So,
well, and I'm sure that Steve knows basketball. Of course, he was one of the league's top guys. He didn't win the MVP 2 years in a row because he was a slacker. So, I mean, he's going to know the game. But is he an innovator? Is he somebody that can change the face of basketball? That's what a great coaches are known for.
Who's the last person to change the face of basketball? I know you mentioned Phil Jackson, but who's changed anything lately?
in today's
from the coaching
game
standpoint?
Yeah.
In today's game,
it probably was Steve Kerr with
He
the
changed nothing. He had a bunch of superstars.
No, but no, think of before that, with the ball movement and the beautiful ball that was being played before
Yeah,
Kevin
that's a good
Durant
point.
got there,
And they were
had
all
the
draftees.
correct, and they had the death lineup. If you remember,
Right.
that was very innovative.
To be fair, they you know what? I'll take it back. Yes, the Washington. I'm sorry, the
Golden State
Oakland
Warriors.
that was a team that was drafted. It wasn't until later
Yeah.
where you had Draymond
Yeah.
Green show up trying to just chase his ring. The Warriors did it old school way. So yeah, I guess you do got to give Steve Kerr some.
I would give him
credit.
problem. What about
Sure.
Greg Popovich? I mean, he has been an innovator in the game. He's taken teams that were not necessarily quality, strong teams, and he's made them into something. Don't forget, Kawhi Leonard played and learned a lot from Greg Popovich when he was in San Antonio. And by the way, he was the defensive player of the year, once or twice in San Antonio, I think it was. Yeah. So
Back to
Greg
back.
Popovich is another great, innovative coach.
888-368-1580. Fighting Wampa says the Nets should have listened to Reggie Miller and rested Kevin Durant and James Harden in game 6, put all the chips on the table for game 7. They would have been better rested and ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great idea on paper,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
how do you not try?
It's so hard to
Right.
not to give up a
Right.
game, to just completely give up a game when you know that it's all going to be on the line in a future game. You have an extra shot. That's the advantage of going up a game. So just give it a shot.
Well, I mean, and when you look at the breakdown, Kevin Durant he played 40 minutes again. James Harden played 40 minutes on a bad wheel. This team has got to be tired. Kevin Durant and James Harden, Blake Griffin, Jeff Green, they're all going to have to leave it on the floor on game 7. And then what does that do for them as they move on to the finals or to the Eastern Conference Finals? What is that going to do for them?
None of them are strangers to this sort of basketball, Randy. They've
I don't
all
know.
been there. They've
I don't know.
all been there. You got to play this game like it's your last because it very well could be. So
Yeah.
after that, then you figure out the rest because everybody's tired. Everybody who's still in the playoffs
not the
as you move
Suns.
forward.
Phoenix Suns are not tired.
Yeah,
Well,
they've got energy for days, man.
yeah. Well, they swept the crap out of Denver, so why not? Randy, are you still sticking by that whole Rusty Suns thing, or
Listen, the proof will be in the pudding. I hope they come out and they're not rusty. I hope they are. They have that razor's edge and they just go right to work, keep the same pace up. I don't see how they're going to because they haven't played now for 5 or 6 days. It's going to be difficult, I believe, for them to come out and have that same sort of tempo and rhythm that they had before they finished off the Nuggets in 4 games. By the way, it was 4-game sweep. By the way.
I'm curious.
games.
Are you guys most anticipatory for the assured Brooklyn Nets Bucks game 7, or do you think with the Atlanta Hawks and Philadelphia 76ers going on right now and the Clippers and Jazz going on later tonight, do you guys think that there will be more game 7s, or would 3 be too many for you guys?
It's never too many.
Never too many game 7s?
No, especially when the Suns just swept. I only care about tonight's game. I really don't care what happens in the other games.
Philly and Atlanta. That one's been fun.
Just focused on what happens between the Clippers and the Jazz, and that determining what happens next for our Phoenix Suns. That's it. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Colts fan Dan says, Jeffrey, do you get as many days off as Jim Rome? I think so. You know what's funny? You have this impression, but no, I get as many days off as I want. But how often do I actually take them off? Like, I know there was stretches of time where I was very sick before I had the ablation of my turbinates in my nose so I can breathe clearly. And you notice how I haven't had any sinus infections. Of course, the fact I was sitting here in my house for 15 months probably didn't hurt that either. But yeah, I used to have sinus infections a lot, and that's why I had that surgery. So to actual days off, actual vacation, I have not gone on an actual planned vacation kind of thing since 2017. So Jim Rome gets way more days off than I do. I just don't take them, I guess, because I love you guys and I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Us or the fourth dimension?
Totally the fourth dimension, Phil, not you. 888-368-1580.
You got to read the room, man. You got to learn to leave it just lay there sometimes.
Floppy Bumper says, I think Coach K is the most influential coach in recent memory. Of course, this is just my opinion. Yeah, I don't know, man. He had a crap team and they played crap. He didn't really coach them to any greatness there, did he? He's good at recruiting. Maybe he's not that great at coaching.
I don't know, man. They picked him for the Olympic team for a reason.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I like Coach K. I don't want to crap on him. Fish Tank says, Suns, best road team in the NBA. Diamondbacks, historically worst team on the road. Maybe one of the worst teams in all of MLB, Fish Tank.
And the D-backs deserve to get all your wrath and piss and vinegar because there's no way this team should be together today. I don't know why they're continuing to put the same players out there and not making each. It just boggles my mind. It boggles my mind.
Killer Rabbit has been very dirty on the text line, but he's also been very funny. I just don't have time to read them, though.
All right.
Kiss the Cook says Chris Middleton is the key to the Bucks winning. He has to play his game. If his game is on, they have to play. They have to play off of Giannis, which opens up Giannis's game underneath. So there you go. Okay,
there we go.
Straight Striper says, shout out to Beaverton, Oregon. That's where I lived for a couple of decades before I came here to Arizona. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get this weekend started. And yes, Steve Kerr didn't change anything. Mark Jackson made that team, and then Steve Kerr gets the credit. So there you go. Thank you for that, Straight Striper. And listen, we will catch up. Oh, my God. Tons of new texts just all over the text line. We'll do that when we come back in hour 3. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Prevagen. Birdies are rare at Torrey Pines. Rafa Cabrera Bello looking for one off the green at 8.
Got the wedge in hand, about waist high, chasing it out. This is pretty good, and he might have made it. He thinks he did. He did. Raise the club up. That looked good all the way. Well, that's the result he deserved. It's a 2 for Bello. He's up to 3 under and 2 back.
Brian Catrick the call on Sirius XM. And yes, Cabrera Bello 2 off the lead, which is held by Richard Bland and Russell Henley, both at 5 under. Bland carving out a 467 this morning. Henley is through 12 holes. Louis Oosthuizen at 4 under par, 1 back. Victor Hovland forced to withdraw from the U.S. Open at 9 over par. He got sand lodged in his eye while warming up. And after 10 holes today, Hovland could not continue. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
The second round is in full swing, separating the contenders from the pretenders. To give you some skin in the game, DraftKings will be offering free-to-play pools every day of the basketball playoff, offering players a free shot at up to $10,000 in total prizes. DraftKings free-to-play pools are easy to enter. Just download the DraftKings app. Go to pools and choose from a wide variety of free contests for an opportunity to win cash prizes. All you have to do is answer a handful of questions around what you think is going to happen during that day's basketball game and track your results throughout the evening. Questions will range from which team will hit the most threes to which team will score first. Download the top-rated DraftKings app and use code PIN when you sign up to get your free shot at up to $10,000 in total prizes every day of the basketball playoffs. That's promo code PIN for a limited time only at DraftKings. Eligibility and restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for full details.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
settle down because it's time. Time
for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Bill there in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are on the text line, 888-368-1580, and I got a bunch of texts to catch up on. Every time I try to ask Randy what's going on the race setup, he's out of the room, so I guess I have to do that later.
He's coming back. He's right
There
here.
he is. Hey, Randy.
Yes.
How come every time I try to talk about what's going on the race setup tonight, you're out of the room? I keep
Well,
wanting
I've had a bathroom emergency over the last 2 breaks here, and I just.
Oh my.
Yeah. So anyway, I have
burritos.
How'd you know?
Yeah, well, don't take any steroid tests. That's all I got to say. But anyway, so what's going on the race setup?
Well, tonight, 6 o'clock, Alex Hayden from MRN, our good friend, joins Chief and I. We'll be talking about the All-Star race last weekend and all the surprises from that, and also a look ahead to this weekend's inaugural NASCAR Ally 400 from Nashville Speedway. Alex is actually there right now, and he's been partaking of the country music and all the music down on, is it Broad Street down there?
Yeah.
The music capital of the entire universe is there in Nashville, and he's taking it all in.
Let me just tell you something. I've got Father's Day is this weekend. I've got a parenting thing that just kind of popped up. I learned something.
You are dad, yes.
My teenage daughter, she's 14, and she came out just this weekend.
Came out to Phoenix.
Yeah, but she came out as a country music lover.
I see. For a moment there, I was very happy for you, but I know how bad this is breaking your heart. So
no, listen, this is hard for me because I just I didn't know quite what to do about this. So I took her to the border of Montana and I dropped her off. So that's how I handled that.
I don't believe that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like I did tell her. I said, "Listen, this is not even as disappointing to me as when I found out that you were going to be a girl. So this is not the most disappointing moment."
Wow! You and now cue the text from FedFan just anytime. Dax darling, whatever it is, give me Dak or whatever. She's going to text in. Yeah, oh yeah. All the ladies out there in the listening audience.
Keep in mind, some of these will be jokes, but it's true though. She does. And here's what I told her. Here's why I dadded this. She says, Dad, I don't know if you know this, because talking about how much I didn't like country music. She's like, because she went to a rodeo. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I've never been to a rodeo. And what was it like? And she says, oh, it was a lot of fun. And she says, have you ever been to a rodeo, Dad? And I said, no. And she's like, well, why not? Well, for one thing, I don't want to ever be able to say, well, that's not my first rodeo. I can't say that because it would be my first rodeo.
Okay.
And the other thing I told her, I says, I'm petrified, scared that somebody's going to play country music. I'm pretty sure at any rodeo, there is a crap ton of country music.
Well, I mean, it's everywhere you go there. Yeah. The rodeos are notorious for playing the country and Western at the same time. Yeah.
So then she says to me, well, Daddy, you should know you're raising a cowgirl.
Oh boy.
And first off, I said, listen, they're not in my division. I'm okay with that. If you want to be a fan of the Cowboys, she says, no. I'm a country music girl. I love the country music.
Who's your favorite country music artist?
Blake Shelton?
We didn't talk anymore about it.
Oh, I see.
You needed a couple days to stew on it.
No, here's what I told her. I said, I don't ever want to listen to music with you.
Country music nowadays, Jeffrey, is not like what it used to be.
And everybody says that, but there's still that twang in there that reminds me.
Yeah, there's a little bit. But when you're talking country music today,
there's a little bit. For me, there's an awful lot.
You're talking country music today. You've got, Blake Shelton is sort of old school now. George Strait, definitely old school. But those guys are not the popular country and Western music artists nowadays.
Yeah, you're not going to talk me into nothing. I don't like the country music. Hey, here's what I told her.
Soften the blow for you.
This is how I dadded this thing. I said, you and I are not going to listen to that. Now, I'll listen to any music with you. And she's well-rounded. She likes other music too. And I said, but here's the deal. I'm okay with that. What you put in your ears, that's for you. It's not for me. And he said, so, but you and I were driving across the country there. We're not listening to country. I'm not trying to be won over, and I'm not trying to make you not like it. You like what you like. Good on you.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. But we just, we just won't listen to that together.
You say she's how old? 14?
14.
Yeah. No, it'll change.
And
It'll
she was
change.
cool about it. She was like, okay. She's like, at first she was like hurt. She's like, you hate country music? She's like, I love this. I'm like, yeah, but if you think about it, it's like if you love eating a certain type of food and I don't, well, I'm not going to shove it in my mouth and I'm not going to shove it in your mouth. We're just going to disagree that you like that. I don't care what you eat. It's your mouth. Enjoy it. I don't care what you listen to. It's your ears. Enjoy it. But it was weird for me because I never thought any part of my DNA would ever listen to country music.
Wow. Well,
it just shocked me.
And now
me.
And now you're addicted.
Yeah.
And now you're hooked.
Wow.
And now no, I'm not listening. Phil, you're not even paying attention. Stop watching Mission Impossible 3 and pay attention to the damn show. I don't listen to country music. I never will. Not hooked, not addicted, never going to do it.
And now you're going to be the pallbearer in the parade of country music.
Going
Comes
to be a
AZ.
pallbearer for someone that works at the radio station if they don't stop watching the TV in there.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway,
Did
so
James check up on him?
that is how I weathered that weird storm.
Well, good for you, Jeffco. Good for you. You didn't try to change her mind or her
No,
life.
wouldn't
You're
do any
allowing
good.
her, like you always preach on the radio program here, to be her own person. That's cool. Just don't try to jam
To
it
live
down
with
my
their
throat.
own, live with their own life choices.
Yep. And to be honest, I was kind of hoping she was going to tell me she was lesbian because then I don't have to beat up boys and chain her up in the attic. I was really kind of hoping for that, and then maybe about the age of 35, she's like, "Oh, I've decided I'm not that anymore, and now here's your grandson." Oh, thank you, appreciate that. Immaculate conception. That's all there is to it. That was always my hope.
Sorry. Sorry, I've got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
One has one of my grandsons. So
we don't always get what we want,
No.
but I still have a little bit of time left to hope. So
yeah.
And Ukla's right. It could be worse. She could be a Nickelback groupie. Yeah,
Could be.
good point on that.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw something funny. Somebody was saying, with as bad as the Diamondbacks are playing, maybe we should just call them the Nickelbacks because that is how bad they are playing right now. True statement.
Wow.
Large Marge says, well, as a fellow father, just know her long hair can't cover up her red neck. Is that a song? Is that a
No,
song?
I don't think so.
That
I think
feels
it's
like
just
a song.
saying. No.
It's an interesting saying, Large Marge. Hefty Lefty says, ooh, has Ethan Hunt caught Philip Seymour Hoffman yet?
No, not yet.
Damn it, I told you to turn that crap off. See, busted.
No,
busted.
I'm
You
just-
shouldn't even know that.
I'm just confirming that Philip Seymour Hoffman escaped.
Randy, I think I'm going to need you to run the board from now on.
All right.
I'm getting tired of Phil's crapping.
All right.
Jag Dog says, did the news about your daughter break your achy, breaky heart?
Oh,
yes.
boy.
Yes, it does. Although, if you don't know, I did a parody of that back in the 90s called Icky Sticky Fart. And I actually had to sing like Billy Ray Cyrus, which means I had to hear that song over and over again. And that was where I was like, okay, I'm done. No more country music parodies.
Did you grow a mullet for the occasion?
I had hockey hair already. It was the 90s, Phil. Not a mullet. Kiss the Cook says, hey, Rick Ashley is starting for the Atlanta Hawks. Rick Astley or Ashley? Your joke fell apart on impact. Duke says, I heard Randy takes walks in slow pitch softball.
Who said that?
Duke? What are you talking about, Duke?
Duke?
That was an old guy from years ago.
Not me. Not me.
Not even Phil would take a walk in slow pitch softball.
Wow, dude.
Heck no.
That just broke my heart, man.
Your
That
achy
broke
breaky
my
heart?
No, just my heart. My damn icy cold black heart.
Yeah, that was horrible, Duke. Colts fan Dan says Suns and Four Guy is going to be in the TV seats in Game 1 of the West Finals thanks to D Book. Wow. Well, let's see if anybody takes a poke at him there. That's awesome. Big George says Phil, at least have the decency to watch some sports on the TV and not some sweaty midget running around.
Yeah, it's a bunch of golf. I can do better.
He says, by the way, that turbinate surgery I had worked for 3 months, and then my allergies and polyps came back, and now I'm all messed up again. That surgery was a waste of time and money for me.
Wow.
Well, individual results may vary. I've heard that those turbinates can swell up again, but so far so good. But for me,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not taunting you, Big George. I'm just saying.
The only problem is he can smell people from like 350 feet away.
I know. That's why I just try to
Yeah.
avoid
Yeah.
certain people at the radio station. You know who they are. Nampa Bob says, what's wrong with country music? We had enough awful rap, hip hop, suburban dweebs, Marty Robbins, Glenn Campbell, George Jones, them the best. I just don't like it. It's just me. It's just me. I had a bad experience.
I had a dream. No kidding. As somebody, he said, Marty Robbins, I had a dream about Marty Robbins last night.
That's not weird at all.
Yeah, dude. Was that
And
crazy?
Where was Miss Kim?
She was with me, but we were in a restaurant, I don't know, maybe New Mexico or El Paso or something, at some restaurant that Marty Robbins owned, and he was in there. And I went up to him and I said, I'm looking for Marty Robbins. And there he, oh, dude, it was crazy. I had a dream about Marty Robbins. That's funny that you say
That's
that.
a very odd and specific kind of dream.
I know, right? I know.
That's such
I
a
wish I could
Friday
have
dream.
dreams like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Mr. Wilbur says, did somebody say sweaty midget? Are the Arizona Cardinals playing right now?
Oh,
Well, who's that for? you don't even know who he's alluding to.
No,
you don't
I'm
know.
not taking it. It's Friday.
Might have
He
been
said-
talking about Andy Isabella for all
he
you
said
know.
sweaty and midget, and don't talk about my team like
Who
that.
do you think he's talking about, Randy?
He said somebody talking about the Cardinals. Did they?
Right. Sweaty midget. So who do
Sweaty
you think
mi-
he's talking
yeah,
about?
And there's one for you,
What?
pal.
I'm just asking, what do you
And
think he's
there's
talking
one
about?
for you.
Who? Who do you think he's talking about?
Yeah.
Jeffrey can't even get the smile off his face.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to hear you say it, Randy.
I've been your friend way too long. I know what the hell's going on in your mind.
Hefty Lefty says, we can breathe clearly now. The polyps are gone. Thank you.
Nice. Very good.
Kiss the Cook says, I went to 3 rodeos and all 3, a participant was injured. A bull rider got hung up in his strap and tossed like a rag doll. Clown
boy.
got thrown over a fence, and a worker
Yeah.
was hit by a chain link fence when a raging
Yeah.
bull freaked out and escaped.
Yeah.
Knocked him about 10 yards in the air.
Nothing but fun times at the old rodeo.
I need some earplugs, and I'll play some rock or classic rock, and then I
Yeah.
go to the rodeo. I don't have to hear their nonsense, but I want to see a guy go 10 feet in the air.
There you
Actually
go.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Berg is here to say, go Suns. Thank you, Berg.
Good job, Berg.
Daily
Floppy
ritual.
Bumper says, I wonder if Larry Fitzgerald is holding out because Kyler Murray was short with him in the huddle. It's starting up again. That's how you know we're getting close to training camp, Randy.
Yeah, everybody's getting going through withdrawals.
Just the Tip says, I think this short layoff for the Suns will say a lot about how great. This is at 4:54. He's not making a car. Kyler
Please
Murray
continue.
joke.
Please continue.
He says this short layoff for the Suns will say a lot about how great or not great Monty Williams is. People have to realize that a person is allowed to put whatever they want in any orifice they have whenever they want.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Colts fan Dan says Marty Robbins was not only a great NASCAR driver, but he's also a great musician who sang one of the best songs in the world, El Paso.
Yeah. El
Oh.
Paso City.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. You know what? I was
By the
so wrong
Rio
about country music.
Grande.
What have I been missing all these years?
Yeah.
Ookla Mock says, shut up, Phil.
Thank you, Ookla.
Phil's not even talking.
No.
King Kittens just sent me a picture of his thermostat on the back patio. He's like 124 degrees in the back patio.
Wow.
He says, my back is killing me. Randy, please pour me a cold beer and a crown on the rocks.
Do we know it's his outside thermometer or is it a rectal one?
No, it's an outside one because it's got flowers and stuff. Well, it could be.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to tell you something, Phil. What have you just learned from me over the last 2 days?
Over the last 2 days?
Yeah.
To ice and heat my back.
No, but that's the thing. Nobody listening knew that I was in excruciating pain yesterday. I was in as much pain as I think I've ever been, but worse than childbirth. I was in as much pain as I've ever been, but not once did I mention it on air. Not once did the people listening have any inkling that I was playing hurt. Unlike LeBron James. Who, it's all about the injuries, and he has to flop and lay on the ground for 18 minutes, and he's got to sit there and complain, wah, 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 oh, you're hurting us. Yeah, see, I did it the way you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying?
See.
You know what I'm saying? I played hurt, and I went and got treatment. I feel better. and he didn't hear about it. I didn't miss a game. There's no load management.
Well,
You know what sucked? And I didn't even complain about the fact that for 3 days where I was supposed to be spending time with my kids, I was sitting there aching. My back was just killing me. And I felt horrible because I felt like I cheated them out of some good quality time with dad. They probably appreciated it, but still, it was no good. But did you hear me complain about it? No. I waited till now to talk about it just to show you how a man is supposed to handle his business. And LeBron James ain't no kind of a man the way he handles his business. So there, Phil.
Yeah, I'm so glad to hear you not complain about it.
Why the boner
What?
noise? Why did you fire that off?
Because you said you handled your business?
No, it wasn't nothing to do with that.
Oh, sorry. I
You just made it
apologize.
weird. You made it feel weird right there. Stop hitting the button.
That was me.
Oh, stop it. Everybody stop it. Jesus. Trying to make a good point. And he just ruined it.
No, I made a good point.
You didn't make any kind of a good point.
You
What
want
if
to
you
see
made a good point? We're waiting for you to make a good point.
I love the way that Jeffrey handles his business.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. Every time.
When Jeffrey gets down to business, he always makes a good point.
I kind of hate both of you right now. Oh, brother. Random texter says, does Arizona even have a professional baseball team right now?
Wow.
We got to have a minor league team somewhere, right? Tucson or something?
No.
No. Then the answer is no, random texter. Our number one Rattlers fan says, welcome back, Jeffrey. Everyone filled in admirably. I think Rattlers fan is listening to yesterday's podcast. I think it's happening again. Every time we turn, somebody thinks they're clicking on the app and they start listening to the podcast and they're like, well, this is good.
Hey, they got rid of the commercials.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to the Daily Blender right now and you're not hearing commercials, you're tuned into the podcast.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Just to be a smart ass, I think we should leave the next commercial break in the podcast. So number one Rattler fan goes, they're not talking about me. Okay. He says, by the way, first ever game tomorrow against Duke City, and he's predicting it. Rattlers will roll 55-35.
All right,
That
let's
is
go,
his
Rattlers.
Score prediction. So yeah, go Rattlers. I'm looking forward to our first game. We were supposed to have our first game this past weekend, but then some network said, no, you can't have that game. And whoop, it was gone. So now we're going to get it on next Friday, 7 p.m.
That's why Jack and Josh came up to me earlier this week wondering why the Rattlers game wasn't on our station.
Well, two guys who really aren't that important to the process didn't need to know, did they?
Hey, why didn't the Rattlers game air? That was one of them. The other one was
next week. The Arizona Rattlers are playing the Spokane Shock at the Talking Stick Resort Arena, right? That's where they're playing, right? Anyone? Yeah. You did the damn commercial for the team, Randy. Don't you have that?
No, I don't have their schedule. I just did the damn commercial for the team.
Are they? That's where.
Can
they're
you pay
playing,
attention,
though, right?
Jeffrey? He just does the commercial for the damn team.
So I should know
I
better.
wasn't asked to make a commercial for
I'm
every
Ron
damn
Burgundy.
game on the Rattlers.
Well, anyway, they are. I know this. They are playing the Spokane Shock, and we will have the game here on 1580 Fanatic at 7 p.m. next Friday.
I love
On
Fridays.
this Friday, we have the race set up with Randy White, but we've already covered that ground. We ain't doing it again. 888-368-1580. But thank you, number one Rattlers fan, for that. Floppy Bumper says, when it comes to Marty Robbins, Big Iron, hands down, best song.
Big Iron, Big Iron.
Does it sound like that?
Oh yeah.
Is
What
Randy
about
doing
song?
a perfect imitation?
He's talking about the gunfighter had the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip.
Mr. Wilbur says, I know you're probably going to shut me down, but I'd really love to hear a clean LeBron James joke. Please, please, please. Have we ever done a dirty one?
I know.
So, what's happening?
I have no idea what that even means. Ookla says, hey, you finally came to work, Radio Pal. I'm very proud. Again, another guy probably listening to the podcast. Napa Bob says, if anybody just heard a white sport coat and a pink carnation would
There we
get
go.
it.
That wasn't Marty Robbins, I don't believe.
Kiss a Cook says,
that was
that Tim
what
Robbins?
was it? No, that was not Tim Robbins. That was not Marty Robbins. That was
Baskin Robbins.
No, I'll think of it. I'll think of it.
I think they're trying to give me some breaking news here. Trae Young may have injured his right shoulder.
Oh,
that just came up from the text line there. Kiss the cook. So let's look up to that, let's figure out what's going on. We'll come back and we'll keep going. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review. Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors. Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec. Indeed can help them hire the people they need. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Dell. For your small business needs, call a Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. Torrey Pines has not been forgiving, exactly as the USGA planned it. Englishman Richard Bland went out this morning, shot a 4 under 67. He is the co-leader at 5 under. Russell Henley's in the afternoon wave, 1 under through 15. He's also at -5 overall. Louis Oosthuizen posting an even par 71. He's alone in third at 4 under, 1 back. Bubba Watson does not have a good track record at the U.S. Open, but the 2-time Masters champion is 3 under, 2 back. John Rahm, Matthew Wolff, Xander Schauffele, Rafa Cabrera Bello, also 3 under. Brooks Koepka, 2-time U.S. Open champ, avoiding the major mistakes. He is 2 under even today after 13 holes. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. Whoa! And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Woo! For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Oh, come on! There it is. In golf, the right adjustments can make all the difference. We feel the same way about financial planning. With Fidelity Wealth Management, your dedicated advisor will work with you to create a personalized plan for your full financial picture. And as your needs change, they'll help you make adjustments so you can stay on target. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is now your exclusive home for the 6-time world champion
Indoor Football League's Arizona Rattlers. Tune in to The Fanatic for all of the fast-paced, hard-hitting action.
Listen as the Arizona Rattlers vie for the playoffs and their 7th championship in team history. Arizona Rattlers football, exclusively on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Let's get caught up with a couple of texts I missed a minute ago, or actually at the end of the last hour. Boomer Sooner says, everybody have a great weekend. Boomer Sooner is going to be on vacation in Durango, Colorado for a week. Do you happen to know what radio station you guys are on up there? If not, oh well, you guys have a great week, Boomer Sooner. Well, yes. I know this sounds like the kind of quality programming you'd hear as a syndicated program, yes. But we're just here in Phoenix. That's it. And but you can hear us on our app at 1580thefanatic.com, Boomer Sooner, or you can just listen to the stream. You can call up Phil. He'll put you on hold. You can listen that way.
Yeah, you could listen on hold.
Of course, Phil never watches for the blinky light that says somebody's on the phone, but
no,
you know,
we can try. We can chat.
Against the Spread says the only people that can effectively communicate with Kyrie Irving is Alex Jones and that weird guy from the Ancient Aliens show, you know, on the History Channel with the hair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
President Wallet says, since I have to listen on radio, but do have access to a cell phone, you guys know where I can listen to tonight's basketball game. I don't know. Wait,
no, tonight's basketball game? Which one?
Wait, the Clippers game. Here's what you do. Hey, you look up team1010.com. That is our affiliate in Palm Springs. Yeah, you didn't hear that from me. Hefty Lefty says, so you're complaining about 3 days after, LeBron complained about it a week after they were out. No, dude was complaining about it before it happened, minute it happened, while it happened, after it happened. He'll complain about it for years. When he gets his Last Dance documentary, all he's going to do is sit there and complain about his injuries. Okay. I wouldn't even brought it up now, except for I want to make that point to Phil. We're trying to educate Phil on how to be a man. Be a man, Phil.
Oh, I'll try, Jeffrey. I'll try.
Yeah, I'm going to get caught up on these texts, and then I got some man talk. It's going to be educational for you, Phil.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Wow. And don't take this in the weird way you take things, but I'm going to make a man out of you yet.
Nice.
See, I knew you couldn't. I couldn't
help it.
Large Marge says Kyler is on the short list of underrated Oakland A shortstops. And then he just puts in quotations.
I wish everybody would get the memo that Kyler Murray is not a shortstop. So the joke is not funny. The first 100,000 times I heard it, it wasn't funny. It's funny. Still not funny.
Still funny.
And because you continually say he's a shortstop because of his height, here's a whistle for you.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
And by the way, they put whistle in quotations there. So they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Navy Brad says, I was at Fry's yesterday. Somebody wanted to give me Diamondback tickets. I started laughing and the poor guy walked away. This is so bad. I hate this. I don't want to bash my own team, it's kind of like in the movie Major League, when the Cleveland Indians were bleepy. And everybody's like, oh, they're bleepy. They're still bleepy, It's just that sort of foxhole mentality. Kyle G says, strange. Yesterday, I had a sudden urge to play Ballad of the Alamo while working. Then Randy has a dream about Marty Robbins. Now his name comes up again on the show. This has got to be a sign, right? But what? What is it a sign of?
I think Marty Robbins needs to come on the show.
Yeah, I'll take some more days off if you need that. Floppy Bumper says Marty Robbins song Continental Suit. He's probably what Napa Bob is referring to right there.
I love Jimmy Buffett's takeoff of a white sport coat. He instead of a pink carnation, it was a white sport coat and a pink crustacean.
Hey, congratulations, King of Kittens. Sounds like he's found love. He says, down in the Midwestern town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
Yeah,
oh, that's great. Yeah. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Napa Bob just sent a picture of Marty Robbins. Thanks.
Is he fully clothed?
Yeah, it's better than what Moisman would have sent me. So Straight Striper says, I got a clean LeBron James joke. What's the difference between a baby and a LeBron? A baby stops crying after they get picked up off the floor. Nicely done. Nicely done. Why are you signing it? What are you signing?
No.
That was good. Big George says, that's okay, Jeffrey. I'll bash the Diamondbacks for you. Ken Kendrick and Derek Hall need to get off their asses and fire this horrible manager, Torey Lovello. He stinks. Get him out of here. Now, you were saying that back when he was doing okay, though.
Yeah, but Big George, what is that going to do? It's not going to fix this team the way it is right now.
Yeah. I don't know what it's going to take. Oh,
if we're gonna do this, get rid of the guys, get what you can for the players that you have. Bring up the youngsters, all your top prospects, and let them play out the rest of the season because this team is going nowhere but down fast.
So let me tell you a little backstory on what I'm about to tell you about. You know how Boogie has to wear a T-shirt every Friday that says Jeffrey O'Brien is better than me at everything because he lost a bet. Well, he just posted up a picture. He's in another jail and he's holding a sign because he forgot. He sent me a message, said, hey, I forgot my T-shirt. I'm in San Diego, forgot my T-shirt. I said, that's all right. Here, I'll just send you the graphic, have it printed, and then you can hold it up in front of your shirt or whatever. Well, he sent me a picture of him in jail. I don't know if that's an acceptable picture, Boogie, because you can't read that says it looks like F3 up in is it. You can't read.
Makes
Jeffrey O'Brien
sense
is
to me.
better than me at everything. So yeah, that's a cool picture. I'm not surprised you're in jail again, but yeah, I don't know if that really. Okay, now we've got it. No, this is better. This is better. He sent another one. This one's not in jail. This is him at the helm of a submarine. I can only guess that this is a submarine next to the Queen Mary, maybe. I don't know. That's much better. He's sitting there at the helm of a submarine and has the picture there over his shoulder. That one is acceptable. That is the one that you take right there. Good job, Boogie.
Now there's another one here where a finely coiffed Boogie is sitting there, and he's got it in front of him. Now I don't know if this is a submarine or not.
Yeah,
So,
there he is again. It's another Navy thing.
Yeah.
He had that picked the graphic that should be on the T-shirt. He had it printed on some cardstock. It looks like.
Yeah, it
That's
looks like
a fine looking
cardstock.
sign there.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has sent 3 different pictures, and they just says Navy jail. So he's having fun
Okay.
at some naval installation.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully you're in there with credentials and you don't get arrested. But yeah, these are great pictures, man. These are great. Did he post all of them on Twitter already?
Well, I just see the one. I don't see the other 2 that you're talking about. I just see the one here myself. So
I will show you later if that's it. Well done, Boogie. At first, I was going to say, I don't know, man. You've obstructed the picture, but these other pictures more than make up for that. Very nicely done, Boogie. Boogie's going to be back to normal here in Phoenix next week. Navy Devil says the D-backs should call up players from Reno. All of them.
Yeah, it's kind of
What's crazy is nobody knows what the hell is going on with the Diamondbacks. Why are they so bad? Like you said, they shouldn't be. On paper, they're not. Nobody knows what to make of this. Now, if nobody knows what to make of this, there's only one logical thing. You fire the manager. You fire the coaching staff, right? That's the only thing you can do now, right?
Not the only thing that makes sense.
Well, I mean, even if you fire the manager right now, it's not going to change the course of this team. You might get this team to turn around and win some games, but there's such a funk over this team right now. I don't even know what the answer is. I am in 59 years of being a baseball fan. I am so flabbergasted with this team. I don't even know what the solution is.
You don't think Lavello's bad at his job, do you? Because I think he's okay. I mean, I don't think against him.
And I've said this before. I'll say it again. I think Ken Kendricks has bought into this analytics thing. They're trying to do baseball on the cheap. You cannot do Major League Baseball on the cheap. You've got to take analytics, and that's only a part of the thing. Then you've got to have some talent on the team. Now, we have talent on the team, but the chemistry of this team, it just doesn't work together. We've got to break this team apart and kind of reassemble it with different pieces and see if that is a better team, and use your analytics. Only a small part of analytics, but the rest of it, you've got to get a quality coach in there that can coach this ball club, that can do the things that need to make this team relevant. Right now, it is a sad day for Arizona baseball right now.
Yeah. Thank God for the Suns, right?
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Baker's Cocky Hen says LeBron looks like an in-shape Shrek. Shrek, though, is obviously stronger.
What? It doesn't even make any sense.
Baker's Cocky Hens also says, I can confirm no curtains or stall doors on the beach toilets anytime I've went. Oh, that was earlier. Sorry about that.
No, but that's
Bala 51 says, you're correct, Randy. Kyler wasn't a shortstop. He played catcher because he doesn't even have to stand up. Santan Scott says, Marty Robbins, World War II vet, Arizona native, absolute badass.
Wow.
All right, listen, I'm not saying he's not a badass. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. But
listen, why would I have a dream about Marty Robbins? Clearly, I need to connect with this man somehow, and I need to let him know I had a dream specifically about him.
Good dream.
Really, what you walk up to and say to another man, "Hey, dude, I had a dream about you."
I wouldn't say it like that. I would not say it like that. Marty Robbins, nice to meet you. I'm Randy White, longtime country music aficionado. And I did have a dream about you.
And your legs must be tired from all the running around you've been doing in my dreams.
Yeah,
Phil,
it never comes out right.
Here's what happens. If you press that on-off button one more time, you'll shut that mic off, and we don't have to hear your silly replies.
Oh, you talking about this button?
Yeah. I think it might have just turned you off, Randy. Yeah, don't you dare turn off Randy White's microphone. Did you just turn off Randy White's microphone?
No, I'm still here.
He's still here.
Well, and you're still here, Phil. I can still hear you. Turn the damn mic off and stay in your lane.
Yeah, it's Friday. It's absolutely Friday. Napa Bob says, no, LeBron looks like Lori Lightfoot. I don't get that reference.
I was going to say, do you guys understand that one? That one blows past me.
Let me, I'm Googling. I'm doing because I know if I wait forever, I'll never.
Well, how would I? Who's Lori Lightfoot?
Mayor. She's the mayor of Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
She's the one. She kind of has a little bit of a zombie edge to her. Mr. Wilbur says, that one got me to laugh as well, gentlemen. Happy Father's Day to all of you. Have a good weekend. Thanks, Wilbur. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Wilbur.
Thank you, sir.
Ookla says, sorry, Radio Pal. I was at work yesterday. You know, the place most people go to 5 days a week. Bite Micah Bob says, I believe LeBron James was the first snowflake, and all of their snowflakes followed thereafter.
Wow.
So can you track that? Can you actually track that LeBron was the first NBA snowflake?
Good.
He was Snowflake 0?
Yeah.
No.
What if he was the outbreak snowflake?
Oh, good Lord.
That's a good point.
No,
That's
it's
good
not
point.
a good point. No,
That's a
it's
good point
not
right there.
a
It's a very
good
good
point.
point.
It's a
Yeah,
horrible
it's a
point.
horrible
What,
take.
what happened to that part about you staying in your damn lane, Phil?
I never agreed to stay in my damn lane.
Yeah, there was not you don't agree. You were ordered. Stay in your damn lane.
You're
Phil.
encroaching once again, Phil.
That's right. The hell, man. By the way, so now this was actually kind of cool. And I think this is a feather in the cap of DeAndre Ayton that
He wears caps now.
Nikola Jokic sent DeAndre Ayton an autographed jersey. I don't like when players switch jerseys and stuff, on the court. So it's like, come on, man, you lost, you won, shake hands, let's all go home, right? And I don't like when they do that. That's just me. I know some people don't care. Well, this was actually pretty cool, though, because everybody had questions about DeAndre Ayton. How's he going to do? How's he going to measure up against the MVP? Well, he owned the MVP, I thought. I think the whole Phoenix Suns did. But still, DeAndre Ayton, he played admirably against Jokic. He did a good job. And Ayton averaged 15.2 points, 10.5 rebounds. So that's against Jokic. That's some good playing. But the jersey is a number 15 jersey, and he wrote on it. I had to zoom in. Said, to my brother, DA, you are the best. Keep up the good work. The Joker. That's what he signs. The Joker.
He signed the Joker?
Yeah, he signs the Joker on that. So, whatever happened in that series, it was, pretty much a nice nod coming from the MVP to DeAndre Ayton.
What a great thing for him to do. What a great thing, really.
A respectful thing. And I don't have a problem with guys sending jerseys to each other.
Sending, cool, yeah.
As I don't like it when it's on the floor after a game. You know what I mean? Or during a game, you know what? Let the game end. You can send it to me, or I'll send you one. But yeah, we're not doing this.
So yeah, it was a very nice thing. Not like I said during the series. Yeah. I don't hate the Denver Nuggets. I don't have a problem with Nikola Jokic or whatever they call him. Jokic is what I like to call him. So that was actually, a nice thing. And by the way, when he did let his emotions get the best of him, and he beat the living daylights out of.
Come on!
What was that kid's name again?
Cameron Payne.
Payne. He put the pain on Payne. It was intentional. He wound up and he damn near broke that kid's nose.
Oh my God.
You know it's true. Don't act like it wasn't true. Watch the video. It's obvious.
Yeah, he barely flicked his nose.
Flicked? Man, that's a big man. And that arm coming down on top of his.
May as well
his
practically
schnoz.
kissed him while he
Well,
gave him
you know
whatever.
what? Your dreams are your dreams. Randy's dreams are Randy's dreams. But in
Marty
that
Robbins.
situation,
I dream about
Right.
Marty
Yeah,
Robbins.
you practically kissed Marty Robbins.
But in that situation, no, Jokic was wrong. And even then, I didn't hate him. I think that him getting mean mugging in face with Booker, but that's what they're both supposed to do at that moment, right? But at the end, he went over and he told Payne, "Hey, sorry about that," and shook hands. Then pat him on the butt. I didn't care for that. But
that was the only part of the play that I did like.
Nikola Jokic is mostly okay in my book, and so that was kind of nice. And then again, my whole point was, if you had questions about DeAndre Ayton, he seemed to have answered them in that last series. I still want to see him more aggressive. He did show moments of that, not as many as I'd like to see. So I don't know what it's going to take to piss that guy off and get him really aggressive. But
was it game
knows?
2 or game 3 when DeAndre stormed the hoop, and I was like, where has this been all season long?
Yeah.
It was like he got a pass. It was on a
2.
give and go, and he stormed right down Broadway to go to the hoop and slammed it. And I was just like, okay, there's hope. Maybe if DA can do this a little more often, he's going to rise through the ranks of the centers in the NBA. It was remarkable, very remarkable.
The dude is outside of that pretty chill. Although when they had him mic'd up, I was very entertained. I didn't know the guy had it in him. So I think there's more to DeAndre Ayton than we know yet. So looking forward to seeing more from him.
And he's going to have all the opportunity in the world, especially depending on whether or not Utah can come back tonight and make a game 7 of it. Again, the path that he potentially faces towards winning NBA Finals is rough and ragged with top centers of the NBA. All of them. All of them.
Yeah, he'll have his work cut out for him no matter what happens. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap this thing up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Panera favorites are hot and ready to serve for dinner. Taste our creamy mac and cheese served in a crispy bread bowl. Or the classic bacon turkey Bravo featuring our signature sauce. How about our new mouth-watering Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza? These and other favorites are waiting for you. Order dinner tonight for delivery or pickup. Only at Panera. Availability and pricing may vary.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
I'm Cisco Miranda, owner of Miranda Delivery Service. As a business owner, my job is to provide the best quality service for our customers. Affinity Technology helped us reinvent our business processes, using technology to make us more efficient. I didn't know I needed technology consulting, but my ROI has been off the charts. Affinity Technology has saved us more than 80 man-hours a week and has helped me get back to what I do best. Focus on my customers. Visit atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com and see how better technology processes can help your small business.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve. If you or someone you know needs assistance with benefits, health care and wellness, employment, or housing, visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Arizona is new home for sports. So I showed Phil what it's like to be a man with an injury and play hurt, unlike LeBron James. And now I have to show you guys, well, at least I got to show Lamar Jackson what it's like to stay in the game, even when you've got a Code Brown going on.
Yeah.
I got to go to the bathroom.
You want me to take over so you can go?
I know I'm going to try to tough it out. I'm going to try.
All right.
Because it sounds like this is not going to be a water slide moment for you. It'll be.
We got 15 minutes. Actually, 10 minutes. We have less time than what Lamar Jackson needed for a quarter, right?
Yeah. Well, this would be your travel time. Remember, he you know, it's not just like there's a bathroom out on the field. They got to go back there. Got to take an elevator down.
I don't know what you mean, an elevator down. They What are you talking? In what stadium do they have to take an elevator down?
The
What are you
Brown
talking
Stadium.
about? See, that whole thing upset me so much. Yeah, I gotta go. So I'll talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
All right. So tonight, Clippers, Jazz. You got the Nets tomorrow night. You got the Hawks, Sixers tonight.
Yeah, Hawks Sixers are up. The Atlanta Hawks are up 4 points going into halftime against the Philadelphia 76ers.
So do you foresee the Sixers making some adjustments at halftime, coming back, winning this game, moving on to the finals?
No, I don't. I thought that the best way that the 76ers would have a shot here is to get an early lead and dominate the rest of the game. In the one situation you do not want as the 76ers is a close game going into the fourth, because that's the moment, that's the time that the Hawks have employed and have successfully used the tactic of hack a Ben Simmons. And he's been unplayable, even getting pulled in the last game in game 5 because of that very strategy. So having the Hawks up by 4, that's not unexpected, being at home court advantage here, but it's also undesirable if you are the Philadelphia 76ers.
So if I'm the coach of the Sixers, I'm going to say, guys, we got to get out to a 10-point lead. Ben Simmons, you're coming out when we have a 10-point lead. This is how we're going to attack this thing, and we're going to take Trae Young out of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. You can sub in.
Agree with that?
Yeah, you can sub in Ben Simmons for Tyrese Maxey. He's been one of the superstars, or well, not superstars, but he's been a resurgence coming off of the bench. Been a young guy who's been doing a lot. Even Matisse Thybulle, you could even have him come in for Ben Simmons if you just want to add defense and just really lock it down. Make sure slow down possessions, run down the clock. That would be the way that I would attack.
Because Atlanta seems like a run and gun team to me.
Yeah. You know what? Trae Young, he gets a lot of notoriety for the threes, but we saw this entire year, he's been down as far as 3-point attempts from previous seasons. Yeah. And he's been able to make an impact in games, even if he hasn't gone off.
But Phil, they're a rhythm team. Don't you agree? And they've got to get out and they've got to get into that fast pace, sort of that fast rhythm. They're a young team. They like to run. They like to take the tempo to the other team. Would you agree with that or disagree?
No, I would absolutely agree with that. The only person on that team, really, at least in the starting 5, who doesn't run with that mold is probably Clint Capella, but he's more so there to have the easy lobs, alley-oops.
So who do you want to win this game, Sixers or Hawks?
You know what? I think I want the Atlanta Hawks. And the reason being is that the Philadelphia 76ers, man, they just scare you and not in a good way, where Joel Embiid, he's playing hurt, and you got to give him all the credit in the world for playing hurt.
Yeah, okay. How are we going to get to Philadelphia? Are they in Philly or
right now they're in Atlanta, so they're fighting to get back to
all right,
Philly.
So how are we going to get to Atlanta? And here's the thought. There's a timeout on the floor.
Okay.
We go out disguised as that entertainment team that they have there in Atlanta.
Okay.
What do they call them? The Hawkettes?
Sure.
Right.
The Hawk
your legs are great. You could probably wear one of them short skirts. I'll come out as the Hawk. Okay. What we do is we attack Ben Simmons, tie his feet together. He'll never know what happened. He'll get up to play. All of a sudden he can't play, and the Hawks win.
You know what? This whole plan I just heard while walking in the middle of.
Sorry, what?
May have caused another code brown. I may have to leave again. What the hell are you people talking about?
Well, we're trying to lock down the Sixers.
Yeah, we're trying to get as many game 7s as possible, Jeffrey.
Phil's going to dress up like a cheerleader, and I'm going to be the Hawk.
I just figured that was just his go-to.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my first time. That's just a regular Saturday for him.
Mm-hmm. I was going to go out and be the Hawk there, and swoop in and put a chain around Joel Embiid's ankles.
I'm good with that. It sounds like you guys have a solid plan. I'm back.
Right.
Everything's fine. Sorry about that.
Everything came out okay?
Oh, yeah. Everything's good. Everything's good. Washed my hands and everything in case my wife's listening, because that'd be the first thing she asked. Screaming Eagle says, unbelievable. You guys are hilarious. Have a wonderful weekend. You too, Screaming Eagle. Thanks for that. Straight Striper says LeBron might actually be the first snowflake. I'll circle this back to Beaverton, Oregon, which happens to be where Nike World Campus is located, just outside of Portland, the capital of snowflakes and sensitive people. LeBron has been influenced by Nike and all the snowflakes all the way back to 2003.
So LeBron comes from Cleveland, does he not? This whole thing falls apart here.
No, he's just saying when he got signed to Nike, that's when it all started to go wrong. Yeah, all Big George. Yes, we do still do on this date in sports history. I've got it right here. Yes, he says, I try to send it every day. Sorry if I missed some days while I was on my honeymoon. No, man, we completely understand. And when you forget, I fill in the blanks. So, but we got a good one today, Randy. You guys ready?
All right. I'm ready.
Let's hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1897, Wee Willie Keeler, Baltimore Orioles outfielder, whose credo was, Randy, do you know it? Keep your eye clear and hit them where they ain't.
Pitch to me, you bastards, and I'll hit it right down your throat.
That's not. No, it was the other one you always say, hit them where they ain't.
I think I like the Randy's version better.
Yeah. So here's what happened on this day in history. He batted safely in his 44th consecutive game, setting a major league record that lasted until 1941 when Joe DiMaggio broke it.
So how many home runs did Wee Willie Winker have?
I don't know. This is the 44th consecutive hit where he got. Yeah.
I bet it had nothing to do with the launch angle or exit velo.
No, he was the guy that perfected the now famous Baltimore chop, where you chop the ball into the ground so hard it creates a high bounce, and that it gives you the chance to get to first base before like a shortstop can get it there.
Like you, Jeff Cody, he's probably very, very fleet of foot.
Well, he was then. Now he's dead.
Oh, well,
yeah. So one of the greatest contact hitters of all time. He has the highest career at-bats per strikeout ratio in Major League Baseball history. He went more than 60 at-bats between strikeouts. That is amazing.
Wow.
So anyway, so there you go. That was on this day in Big George sports history. Of course, we still do it, George. George hasn't been able to listen in a while. So
he's been busy being married.
Yeah. Let me get caught up here on the text line. Navy Brad says, will LeBron open up a school and teach the art of flopping to soccer players and the NBA hopefuls?
Probably.
Yeah. Honestly, that is applicable in both sports. Well done, Navy Brad. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Google Shrek versus LeBron. Hilarious. Baby Got Dak says, hey, happy Friday. Just want to wish you guys and all the dads out there in the fourth dimension very happy Father's Day. Hope you all have a relaxing day.
Happy Father's Day to you too,
baby. Baby Got Dak is a gal. Number one Rattlers fan says, I had a dream about the Joker and Marty Robbins. They were making out. It was weird.
Hey, that's the ultimate assist. There's
the
a reason
great
why he's the
Marty
pass
Robbins would not do that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
How do you know?
Your dream is false, my friend.
Listen, I respect Marty Robbins' life choices. One way or the other, I don't care. Case the Cook says, do the Hawks remind you of the Warriors when they won their first championship?
Not really.
No, not really. They don't play the same amount of
Suns
defense.
do. The Suns remind me more of the Warriors, the way that they came together. Slower than the Warriors, but still kind of similar. Just a Tip says, I got another clean LaBaby joke. I heard from a comic a few years ago. He says, I'm the LeBron James of comedy. I'm balding, and Delonte West had sex with my mom. I thought it was funny. Big George says, thanks. Kiss the Cook says, Wee Willie is dead. Big Steve still can't outrun him. King Kenton says, I think a New Jersey will help the Diamondbacks win tonight. Oh, I guess they're wearing new jerseys.
Yeah, they're wearing the what is it called? The serpents, the Sierpentes.
Oh yes,
Sierpentes.
I have to see that. I haven't seen these things.
It's the new alternate Valley jersey. It's called the Sierpentes.
Do we have any time to spin a wheel of sports?
Why not? Let's do it.
Do we have time?
Serpientes.
So I guess, Amazon is going to get to do Thursday night football because, nobody wants to pay for that crap. And Amazon's been looking to do some of their own broadcasts. So now the word on the street is, because that's where Florio hangs out from Pro Football Talk, the street. Anyway, word on the street is that Peyton Manning is somebody they got in their crosshairs to come and be a part of Thursday night football. I don't know who the play-by-play guy would be, but they're saying we want to get Peyton Manning in here because it's not going to be on regular TV, which means there's not going to be any people watching, which means we probably have to pay Peyton Manning a lot more money than we would anywhere else because, it's his ass on the line too. So they're thinking, we want to get Al Michaels in here to do play-by-play. His contract is up. Get Peyton Manning in here. This is what everybody thought that Monday Night Football would have been. And so that is what Amazon is working on. Don't know if Peyton's going to go with them if he wouldn't go with ESPN, but that at least is what they're talking about. Now, do you think the Thursday night matchups will be something that Peyton Manning can overcome and Al Michaels? It's not going to make those games any better.
That would automatically
no.
bring Amazon just some high reputation. That would bring some validity to them.
Yes. Games on Thursday nights historically have sucked, and we've seen the schedule this year, and it doesn't look that much better.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, if you put Peyton Manning in there and you put Al Michaels in there, maybe Thursday night football becomes palatable. But I've got to look up the Thursday night schedule because I don't think even with those guys in there, it may not be a watchable game. It seems like the NFL just casts out the bad teams.
Okay, actually, okay. So here are the Thursday night games. First one, New York Giants at Washington football team. An in-division game. Okay, you can work. Next one's a real dog. Carolina Panthers at Houston Texans. Nobody's saving that one.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars at Cincinnati Bengals. Interesting. Interesting.
Burrow versus Hairboy.
Hairboy got something there. Now we get into some good ones. Los Angeles Rams at Seattle Seahawks. That's a good matchup, even if it's just on paper in division. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Philadelphia Eagles. Broncos at Cleveland Browns. I'll admit, not interested.
I don't know what you're talking about. The Thursday nights are New York at Washington, North Carolina at Texans, Jaguars at the Bengals.
That's what he just said.
Rams at the Seahawks, Jets at the Atlanta Falcons.
This is what I said.
Buccaneers, Eagles. Well, it sounded like you were.
No, he was reading the same list you did.
Exact same list.
All right. Sorry, my bad.
It's so Friday.
Were you watching Mission Impossible 4 over there? They're about
no.
to get ready to do it.
No.
So, Randy, coming up next, it's the race setup with you and that chief guy with you.
Yep. We're going to talk Nashville, and we're going to wrap up the All-Star weekend in Texas. How was it? Did you enjoy it? And other NASCAR news and notes. Alex Hayden from MRN joins us. That's coming up right around the corner here on the Big Flamethrower.
By the way, it's about 15 feet from me to that bathroom. I should have turned on the fan.
Yeah.
I think the show's over, Randy. We'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by CDW, people who get it. If pars are a good score at the U.S. Open, Russell Henley is enjoying a brilliant round. Try 15 of them to go with one birdie after 16 holes.